is so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, 'cause nobody made us, and no one can take this 'cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people. Don't mess with this.
Good morning. It is the Friday edition of Patrick and the People, and man, what a lineup we've got today. I'm very excited. Let me just start here. To my left is Cody Wood. He is the headlining comedian at the Looney Bin tonight. How are you, man?
Good, man. How you doing, Patrick?
I am great. Chad Sledge putting bonus holes in people since what year?
Oh, man. This is my 13th year.
All right. So since, what is it, 2012?
Yeah, sometime. 2013, 2012.
2013. All right. Bonus holes since 2013.
How y'all doing this morning?
And to my right is Mark Ray. Mark, tell them what company that you represent.
I'm with Local Roofing and Construction for the past few months now. Experienced amazing growth and ready to continue to help people renovations and everything else they need as far as improving their house, commercial structures, whatever you need, we can do.
That's awesome. Well, when you just have to get up on that mic uncomfortably close when you talk. Yeah, there
Okay,
you go.
better?
That'll bring it in. So what's been going on with you this week, Chad? How's business going?
Man, it's been wild. It's tax week, man. People are starting to get that tax money.
So everybody's got their tax money,
man.
and they're ready to
It's
get
starting to hit.
get the needle in.
It's starting to hit for sure.
Yeah. So do you see a particular kind of piercing over another when taxes come in?
You see people start getting the more expensive stuff, like the higher, like the septums and stuff like that, the stuff that runs a little bit more.
Yeah.
You start seeing that a little bit more frequently.
Yeah.
A little bit more frequently, hear the door being ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get the gooch bars.
No
Gooch bars. I'm sorry about that. Cody, so you're headlining tonight at the Looney Bin, and how did you get into comedy? What made you fall in love with comedy?
Oh, I watched Eddie Murphy's Raw at way too young of an age, and I thought that's probably the best thing to be, as a guy that can just stand on stage and tell jokes. So I went after it. Started comedy when I was in high school, and had a good set followed by a bad set, which that's what creates the addiction cycle, right? The up and the down. So, and then I got kicked off stage my second time on stage in front of all my classmates, and I was like, all right, that started it. I need to redeem that, and I've been.
You've been pursuing that redemption since.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. So you know what? For me, it was Delirious, the set before Raw with Eddie Murphy that got me turned on to it.
Yeah, I feel like that was a better hour for sure. As Delirious set was better, but I didn't. The first one I saw was Raw.
No, I get it though, but it's amazing when you look at who Eddie Murphy is today versus who he was then.
Oh yeah,
he was a very different guy.
Yes.
Back then, but his stand up was unbelievable, and it was really at the time it was cutting edge.
Totally.
So when you're going around and performing, do you perform all over the country, all over the world? Where all do you perform?
All over the country. Now it's all over the world. I'm kind of doing some cruise ships and some military stuff, and those are always amazing.
Yeah, that's always great to be part of that.
Yeah, I'm doing colleges, and they're exactly what you expect them to be.
Yeah, no, that's the one area I never wanted to do was colleges, just because they just don't have enough life experience for me.
No, but they do have a lot of opinions about life already.
Oh yeah, no, they got plenty. They're never short on opinions, are they?
Yeah. So they're exactly what I kind of like doing the colleges because I'm at least maybe influencing them to not do what their faculty is telling them to do.
Just a little bit of counterbalance.
A little bit, like follow the STEM fields. There's no such thing as passion or dreams, you idiots. Get some cash.
I know that's right.
Yeah, it probably doesn't help with the piercing business. We got to keep them going towards towards a certain
I love my
direction,
colleges, man.
Yeah.
We got to keep the daddy issues going, is what you're saying.
That's right. So I won't take away the business completely, but I'm just trying to introduce a little bit of math to these kids that think everything's free. So
it is funny that that is a lot of the take of some of these folks, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's really sad. I know I didn't understand economics at that age, but I also knew that I shouldn't have an opinion at that age. You know?
Well, we were told we didn't have an opinion at that age.
Yeah. So, seeing some of these kids that just, I love it when they find out how much taxes are taken out of a paycheck.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these TikToks where they're just like, oh my God, they took half my check. I'm like, yeah, that's what free means when you want to socialize everything.
That's right. No,
that's what that means.
That's exactly right, man. So, how long have you been doing stand-up now?
I'm on my 18th year.
18 years, man. That's amazing, man. That's, in comedy, that's a lifetime, man.
Yeah, it's half of my life because I started at 17 essentially, and now I'm pretty much trapped. I got to go all the way through with it.
Yeah, no, there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
So, how do you think in that 18 years that comedy has changed?
It's changed in the ways of kind of policing what you're saying, but there's a lot of good that came out of that. I can't completely trash that because you do got to work harder to make a topic funnier. You can't just kind of be lazy with it. If you're going to play with fire, you got to actually.
You got to be clever.
Yeah, you got to put on gloves. If you don't say the correct take, for industry, they will prevent your success.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think cancel culture is real, but I think prevent culture is real.
Yeah, they just want to avoid the fire. Is what they're trying to do, I guess, right?
Yeah, and they'll catch you at an early stage in your career where they'll stop you from going somewhere. But later in your career, if you get canceled, you actually get a lot of fans. So that's kind of the thing. Like, it's hard to cancel someone who's already established.
Well, they try to cancel you. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I mean, they tried to cancel Chappelle. They tried to cancel Bill Burr. I mean, they've tried to cancel a lot of people at different points. But once you have that legend status, it's hard to stop you.
Yeah, you get more support, usually. But, if you don't have that already, then they will absolutely cancel you, and there's no one to see it. So, and then they try to say, well, there's no such thing as cancel culture. It's like, well, no, because you couldn't cancel the guy you wanted to. That doesn't mean you didn't try.
Right.
Right.
So in 18 years, I'm certain that you've had to work with all kinds of people, had all kinds of situations happen. There has to be a moment in that 18 years where you're standing there, with somebody on a stage next to them, performing with them, whatever it may be, and you're just like, man, how can this be my life? This is amazing.
Yeah, that's happened a few times. I was on stage with a few people where I'm like, man, I was just watching him on TV, a decade ago or 2 decades ago. I've been on stage with Tommy Davidson from In Living Color and Ace Ventura. Man, I was just like, I'm on stage with him right now, riffing. And I think Jay Moore was another one. Man, I just remember him like it was yesterday. And I try to keep those guys as heroes in my head, but then you get to know them.
And you find out they're just like us, right?
Yeah.
No doubt about it, man. Yeah, Jay Moore was a radio guy who became a comedian and then became a bigger radio guy somehow. I mean, it really is kind of how it worked. What is he doing TV now? Is that what he's doing, or?
Well, I know he's got his More Stories, or was it? He's got like a podcast.
Okay.
I know he's going around doing stand-up still a little bit. Mm-hmm. I haven't talked to him in like 5 years, but I think he's doing good. This business has so many peaks and valleys.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, like you're guaranteed gonna fall off. That's kind of the.
That's the MO of comedy, though. I mean, unless you're just absolutely saturated like Kevin Hart.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
that's the one guy where I'm like, there's no valleys. There's no.
No, I don't know what I do like him. I liked him when he was coming up a lot.
Yeah.
And I still respect him and like him. He is funny. I've just had so much Kevin, I can't. It's like, man.
Right.
Can I get a little less Kevin for a minute? That spigot's been on full blast for a while now.
Yeah.
And that dude shows up like in a herpes commercial now. I mean, it's just everywhere. I mean, he's reverse mortgages at 32,
Yeah.
So, when you're writing comedy, what's more important, do you think, in your performance? Is it writing? Is it stage presence? What really matters?
I think writing can buy you a lot. You do need some stage presence to overcome some difficulties in a hard venue or something, but I mean, I think writing is everything, and I think it's not as much of a thing now of people being writers. Writing will save your butt.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I'm a fan of writing. I do like great delivery, though. I like people who are super animated that can be. Not everybody can do that, you know.
Right.
How would you describe your comedy?
I try to do both. I try to have a delivery. I try to look at every category and kind of build on that because I felt like Eddie Murphy was like that. I think subconsciously I'm still chasing Eddie Murphy, and I'm just now realized that literally this week. I'm like, why am I so? I want to have good crowd work. I want to have good jokes. I want to have good impressions. I want to. I have this need to even it out.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like Eddie Murphy was that guy too. You'd get like a great joke out of him, or the best impression you ever heard.
Yeah.
So I chase that, just in case if someone doesn't like the written stuff, maybe they like more delivery.
Yeah.
It's
So
probably,
you mix that, you kind of balance it out.
Yeah.
So you said impressions. You know, I hate to put you on the spot. You do impressions?
yeah, a little bit.
Let's hear some.
5 a.m. Here we go. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Get you some water there and then dazzle us, would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We can do.
Wayne's like, look at this mother.
Yeah, I should have stuck with the written stuff. Like, yeah, I'm a one-liner guy. I got the
I
passion
see
for
what
the pen.
happens is I identify the one thing you say that's vulnerable, and that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah, I've been working on a Jimmy Fallon. Maybe I can hit that at 5 a.m. Let's see what I got here. Jimmy Fallon if Jimmy Fallon worked at a 911 call center.
Okay, I'll go with that.
You want to be the person calling in?
Yeah, I'll be
All
the
right.
person calling
All
in.
right, here we go. All right. Hey, it's 911. How can I? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I've been shot.
That's crazy.
That's all you got to say right there.
Right?
That's about half of everything he says, isn't it? That's hilarious, actually. That's funny, man. That's great. Hey, you know, impressions are so hard to get down for some people. And my wife, I don't know, man. She just, she'll hear something and can immediately replicate it. You know, I have to work days to try to find it, you know, and I don't know if you do it the same way where you try to find one phrase and key in on that till you get that solid and then build off of it.
100%. Like there's, like I got a good Obama, but I can only say a few sentences.
Right.
You know,
right.
Because I think what you do is you find like one trait in one sentence, and if you can get up to 3 traits, then it becomes like a good impression.
Yeah.
And I think you crack the code on things too. Like I think Shane Gillis cracked the code on Trump.
No, he did. He is great. I'll tell you who else is great. Bob DeBuono. He's amazing. Yeah, we've had him on and in here, and he's great. But Gillis is, you know, he's everywhere right now. Everybody loves Shane Gillis right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm waiting for him to do something stupid. God love him. You know, I hope he doesn't, but I'm just waiting on it because he's so big right now, so popular. You know, I mean, look, and I guess Matt Rife's still out there doing it. He just sold out Madison Square Garden. But,
I'll be damned.
But I know. But they tried to cancel him too, I guess, briefly.
Yeah, I thought that was a good technique on his PR team. They're like, hey, look, open with a domestic violence joke, and we're going to run this through the headlines.
Yeah.
And then everyone's going to love you because all the annoying people are going to try to cancel you.
Yeah. You think sometimes that they set this up this way?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. No.
That's the name of the game now, man.
Yeah.
You just like, because, I mean, some of the best ways to get fans now is to say, hey, you know those people that mess with you at work and go to HR, all the blue hairs? Well, they hate this comedian, and it sounds like you need to buy his tickets. You're
Yeah.
like, okay.
I'll take them.
I hate those people. Yeah. Here's my money.
Yeah. One of my greatest moments in stand-up, I got, and I've only done it once in my life, and I'll never do it again. I got booked for a Christmas party for a company. And the guy knew who I was. I mean, I've been doing a radio bit for years at that time, and it was it's a fairly, not family-friendly type bit, you know.
Okay.
And so when he asked me about doing a Christmas party, I was already concerned. I was like, bro, I mean, you know what I do. You listen. I mean, do you think that's going to work out? And he goes, no, these are blue-collar people. No problem at all. Man, I showed up there, and the first thing that happened was he introduced me to the owner, who shook my hand and looked me in the eye and said, I understand you're going to do a clean set for us. And I was like, oh, shit. And I said, let me go through, real quick, let me just go through my set list with you and tell you kind of where I'm going with it. And so I told him, and he was like, oh, okay. I probably didn't tell him well enough.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, I got on stage and in about 30, well, first thing that happened, the front area, there were 2 rows of tables, big rows. The front, all young people. The back, all old people.
Right.
When I walked 3 tables of blue hairs.
Ooh.
That's when I saw the owner in the back waving a white towel in the air.
White.
So what did I do? I went to the absolute longest and dirtiest joke that I had and ended on that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't think I was going to get paid, but I did. I did get paid.
Nice.
Have you ever had you talked about a time where you just crashed out? It just was just terrible for you.
Yeah. I think I've had those times. Shut up, Wayne. Yeah, I've certainly had those. They're not as frequent from those people as you might think. But I've certainly had I've had the snowflakes, but I have them on both ends.
Yeah.
There's other
Yeah,
snowflakes.
no, they're all sides are represented. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, cause those Karens, like when they're younger, yeah, they're the blue hairs. But then they find out about economics, and then they just become that pool Karen, and then
Yeah.
those are actually the ones I have the most problems with.
Yeah.
The ones that don't get enough attention at home from their husbands.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and they're trying to earn badges in the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's a video game. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, no doubt about it. So, what do you, in a moment, if you're doing a set and you feel like, hey, this isn't exactly hitting the way I want, do you have the ability to shift gears? What do you do in those moments where you're not getting what you want from an audience?
Oh, I like addressing it, and then that becomes exciting.
Yeah.
Because the cool thing is, a lot of times they're smart enough to know why it's not working. Sometimes they don't. But there's times where they're like, oh, this dude's screwing up because the dynamics of they can actually notice the dynamics. Maybe it's coming from a smarter audience now. Like, audiences know what tagline means and heckler means. They're a smarter audience. So now they're looking at me, eating it, and they're like, oh, he's got to do this. And then if I address it, then it becomes fun.
Yeah.
It sort of becomes inside baseball at that point.
Yeah, the best example I probably bring it up every time is Bill Burr in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
When he turned that crowd, and that's such a flawless example. How do you think the internet has changed comedy since you started into now?
I watched it change because, we were always looking for that guy with a cigar and a top hat in the back of the room. Be like, you got the goods, kid.
You're
and then
right.
You're like, all right, so I'm going to go do some sexual favors to this man in a limo, and I'll be
And I'll be on
ready to
stage
go.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, but nowadays, it's just all social media, As I found out yesterday, I was like, hey, kid, thanks a lot for the see you later. Should have got your Instagram up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What is funny about you saying that is that, all the Me Too era, no guys are represented in that. None of the guys who ever had to do favors to get a job, nobody ever cared about them,
Yeah, that's a
And you
shadow.
think that hasn't happened? You think there aren't dudes that got in the back of a
Oh,
limo
man.
and hummed a few bars to get on
man.
stage?
Right.
Yeah.
Look at Diddy. He did all that stuff with Diddy.
Did he or didn't he?
Yeah.
No, he did.
He definitely
There's
did.
no doubt about it, man. He definitely did. All right. Mark, you were in law enforcement for several years, right?
Yep. After a long career in financial industry.
It's kind of, you kind of have a diverse run. You were in financial stuff. You were a police officer, and now you are working to lead a company of contractors in construction.
Yeah, I had a long industry or a long career in financial industry. I always wanted to be a police officer. I wasn't getting any younger, so I stepped out, became Little Rock Police Department for several years. Finally decided that wasn't for me anymore. Had a couple of bad incidents.
Now, how hard, when you went through the police academy, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was that?
Not trying to toot my own horn. I've always stayed in really good shape, so it wasn't real difficult for me.
Physically, yeah. Okay.
Physically, it wasn't. I'm not a dumb guy either. So the law and the code and all that and the tests weren't that difficult. Some of it was a little drowning. I mean, it was 6 months worth of training.
Right.
We
right.
go through. So
you,
I mean,
you said that you went to I guess over to ULR, and you had heard me narrating a course there.
Yes, we've got training we have to do every year. One of it was being race bias policing.
Yes.
And that
Yeah.
was the course that I actually heard you
Oh,
on.
yeah,
I was,
yeah.
I was actually in my police car, and on my computer when I pulled up the course, I'm like, hey, that's Patrick.
Yeah, I narrated a lot of those courses over there. If somebody was thinking to themselves, "Hey, man, I might, want to be a police officer," what would you tell them as far as evaluating that as a career?
Don't go halfway. I mean, it's what you hear about being a police officer in the news is very real.
Yeah,
I mean, it's every single day you step in your police car and nothing may happen for the entire shift, but you never know what's lurking around the corner.
and if you think comedians, they want to cancel them, they definitely want to cancel police, don't they?
We aren't everyone's favorite.
Yeah, you're not high on the Christmas list.
Exactly. A lot of people hate us. But I was blessed to do it. I mean, I got a lot of new life experience even at my, I turned actually 50 in the academy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. I didn't even know that you could be that age and go through the academy.
Yeah, as long as you're able to perform and show that you got the
You could still go through it. So, okay, that's wild.
Yeah,
So,
there's
'cause
no
the military
age
has a
limit.
limitation on that.
but definitely not police. If you get in there and you show that you can do it and you got the physical stature and the willingness to go through all the training.
Yeah. So now your company, which is Local Roofing, is
Local roofing and construction.
yeah,
Correct.
Local Roofing and Construction. Now you're doing that, and you guys do jobs all over Central Arkansas, all over Arkansas.
Yeah, fortunately, I mean, we will go anywhere. If it's a job that we can help somebody. Fortunately, we're busy enough that we stay mostly Central Arkansas because we stay nonstop busy.
Yeah.
So after I decided to step away from law enforcement in late 2023, gentleman reached out to me that was also an ex worker of mine that knew me very well.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I understand you're not police anymore. I'm overwhelmed with my company. Can you come help? And I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's how you got involved in it. So
Exactly.
he was also in law enforcement. He was
Correct.
a Leo.
Yep. He started the company while he was in law enforcement, and then once he
Okay, that's cool. So what is it you guys do? Look, you know as well as I do that contractors, construction, it's a crowded field out there. There's lots of noise out there in the market, right?
Sure.
But I know that you guys do some things that you feel like set you apart from other like businesses. What is it that you think makes you guys different?
One of the first things that I noticed about this company when I'm talking to the owner before I decided to join, number one, was how busy they were.
Yeah.
The referral rate is so high. You don't get that if you do not quality work.
Right.
If you come to us, let's say you want to retile a bathroom or you want a new roof, or if you want the absolute cheapest thing, we're not for you. What we are, though, is going to be very, very competitive on price, but we're going to use the absolute top quality products, materials.
The best materials. And you know what? As a real estate agent, I can appreciate that because there are some homes they slap together real fast, and it might look good on the surface, but it's really cheap. One of the things I see a lot of times is a new thing is they'll redo a bathroom with what looks to be subway tile, but it's plastic.
Right.
Yeah. So you're using top grade materials.
Yeah, with Top Grade, we warranty everything because we know we're not going to be back.
Yeah, and that right there is the best. We warranty everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
If you want to pick out all your materials and come have us put it together, yeah, we're not going to warranty that. But if you let us do it, we're going to use the best stuff, the best materials, and we're going to warranty it for life, and then we won't see you again until you call us for the next job because you'll be very pleased.
Yeah, no, that's as good of a statement I think as you can make. Now, if somebody did want to find, let's say that there's somebody out there today who's like, yeah, I really thinking about retiling my bath. How would they get a hold of you?
Just go to get on Google and go to Local Roofing and Construction. It'll pull up. It'll be the first top site. There's numbers on there. Also, you can find me on social media as well.
Mark Ray.
Yep, Mark. Last name is Ray. Everything's public. You can definitely reach out to me at any time, and I'll be right back to you.
All right. Cody, so what jobs did you do before comedy?
I did a lot of jobs, and I was just listening to the career opportunity of going on a roof as well because, yeah, usually comedians, we end our careers on roofs.
That's where it ends, not where it begins. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I did so many. I did telemarketing scams. I did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a decade. As a matter of fact, when I worked with Mark, God, I don't know how many years ago. Around 2000.
20.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah. And we worked for a phone, a sales organization by phone. Now it was a banking institution. It wasn't quite a scam, but before that, I did work at Heritage. So,
yes.
That's it all right there. So what? How long were you in the phone scam business?
Well, here's a fun one. It was just on and off. Like I've fallen off so many times doing comedy. There was one time I was gonna go sell some home improvement, whatever scam. And I was stepping over this homeless guy in Los Angeles going into this telemarketing call center. And then I sit down and, they hire me immediately. And then I just start, pitching stuff, how's your windows, blah, blah, blah. The homeless guy sits next to me and starts making calls.
The guy you just stepped over was just taking a little break.
Yeah.
And came in to get back on the phone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And outperformed you.
Probably. Yeah, exactly.
No, I would expect when you talk about being hungry, he really is.
Man, that bag.
That's wild, man. That's wild that that happened. So, L.A., you lived there for a while?
Yeah. I still live there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's a front row seat to, disaster, and it's hard to leave.
Yeah.
I like seeing it up close, all the terrible things.
L.A. was not, I was too young and too naive to deal with it. When I went out there when I was 18, 19, and I ran back here pretty quickly.
Oh, nice.
No, it wasn't nice. It was, it was like, oh shit, this is too much. Coming from here, it was a lot there. We had 2-lane highways and they had 9.
Man.
And we were like, oh no, this shit is for the birds.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
So how long have you lived there? All your life, or?
no, I'm from Wichita, Kansas originally.
Oh, that is a departure. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's something weird about LA where, they're really into like crystals and praying to crystals and
man.
stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
weird. I come from Kansas. We went to church.
Right.
We smoked crystals, but
Yeah.
other than that,
Yeah. We didn't,
It's not a Methodist.
It wasn't. It wasn't a collection of items. It was just
yeah. So I have this instinct to leave constantly, even though I've been there about 10 years now,
Yeah.
11 years.
So you see I don't trust anything on the news, to be honest with you, but you see a lot of accounts of it's gotten much worse in LA. Is it worse?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's exactly what Fox News says.
Really?
Yeah.
Sadly, there you go. It's exactly like that.
If only we could have China visit Los Angeles a little bit more often, we could actually clean up the streets. That's what.
That's what they did, isn't it?
Yeah,
no,
in San Francisco, they cleaned it up amazingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nice in San Francisco now. We just need, Xi Jinping
to come on to LA.
Yeah. But it's Walking Dead out there,
So-
Tent Village.
Right. So you hear people, they'll argue what we need to do is, put more money into this, more resources into this, get more housing into this. Some on the other side will say, yeah, you can throw money at it, you can throw housing at it, but if they don't, they're just going to tear it up if they don't want it. They're not mentally well. What is your take on what you've seen out there as far as what would fix that problem?
Well, one of the things that they do in Los Angeles is we take in other people's homeless people. Like we take in Las Vegas's homeless people. We take
Yeah.
in Portland's, and we do spend a lot of money on it already. And that's a lot of people make money off of that money.
Yeah.
They don't want it to work, so that's how you keep it going.
Oh, so you're saying they might be perpetuating the problem in order to enrich themselves?
Absolutely.
Oh, shit, I can't believe it. Another politician ripping us off. Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense, actually. It's same as diabetes. You think you can't solve it? No, but I can sell a gazillion things.
Right.
Insulin and metformin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, all right. So, where do you see, 5 years from now, your comedy career going? Not to the top of a roof, I'm hoping.
Well, I'm still navigating, man. I learned to not have goals. They're just a way to get disappointed.
That'll do it. I mean, if you don't have it, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Like I've noticed, like some people have goals and it works out for them, but they also have trust funds, and they can really, this has to work in some way or fashion, and I got to be open to how it's going to work.
Yeah.
I don't have like an ideal anymore. There's so many things that I thought would be different about doing this.
Now, have you done, television, movies, anything of that nature?
Yeah, I've done some stand-up on TV. I did some really horrible movies, and then and I did do like a couple of like TV type things. But mostly it's been stand-up.
Yeah.
I always had this idea that stand-up would open other doors, but I think that was a different time.
Yeah.
And I romanticize that time, and I still try to make that the thing. Like,
Sure, yeah.
Someone's going to give me a sitcom if I do this joke,
Well, I mean, look, Shane Gillis had tires, and I don't love it, but it's on, It's okay. You see a lot of that. I know, what I see a lot that's changed in comedy is the route that you take to get there. A lot of people, traditionally went that comedy circuit, and now you can bypass some of that with the internet. Is that good or bad?
It's 99% bad.
Yeah.
Because you got to learn those things that toughen you up on that circuit. Those skills they're really important.
Until you've been beat up by audiences, you don't really know what you are.
Yeah. And at this point,
You've had people go, "You suck."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I suck. I've been up here an hour, bitch. I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah. It's that thick skin and the wit and writing and finding yourself on stage, finding out how people perceive you and how you perceive them, finding out just how dumb people are. That's one of the things. You're like, oh man, these people are exactly what I thought they would be.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. Hey, Mark, would you mind swapping out with Mr. Colligan here? I want to
Absolutely.
bring him up. You guys will remember he's been on the show as a guest before, and he's out there tonight too at the Looney Bin. This is Dick Colligan.
Hey, y'all. Good to be here. Thank you.
What's going on, man? How are you? How you been?
I'm trying to navigate the headphones. Hold on.
Yeah, you got it.
5 a.m. or whatever. I'm great.
Yeah, you hadn't gone back to investment banking yet.
Not yet. I don't think they'll have me at this point.
No, you're still doing great.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I think. Let me see what this was. I think you got a new album or something. Is that it right there?
Yeah, I got a book out.
Dick and balls.
Dick and two
That's
balls.
right. Yeah. It's
Wow.
it's at Walmart right now.
Yeah, no, everybody needs to go pick that up. It's top shelf. It's a top shelf biography.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
coming soon, which is something I say a lot.
Shouldn't say that. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's great. That's great, man. That is fantastic. So, what's been going on in your comedy world, man?
I've been working a lot more. I just started doing a new club in Florida where I live.
Oh yeah.
And that's going really well. And obviously I'm here back in Little Rock, which is excellent. Love these. I love this room.
Yeah.
Really appreciative to Wayne Nyberg, Looney Bin for bringing me back and getting to work with Cody and his wife Nancy.
Yeah.
Who are really seasoned comics, and I'm just learning so much from them. And,
That's great, man.
Just watching them and talking to them and seeing, it's funny because I came from New York, and New York comedy is very aggressive.
Yes.
And really in your face. And we were talking to Cody and I were talking, and Nancy, his wife, about this. But LA has a different style.
Oh, very. Yeah.
And I was out there last year and experienced a little bit of that. But hearing them talk about it was just a very different thing from what I saw coming up.
Right.
In New York, and then Florida is just anything goes.
Sure.
It's like
yeah.
It's like a crack den down
half
there.
of the people who unless they turn their hearing aid up, they can't hear anyway. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah, and the other half run meth, so it's.
And those are the good ones. No, I got you, man. But I'm excited to hear that the journey is continuing and that you're getting, more and more work into it and starting to build that resume up.
Yeah, I'm learning every time I go on stage.
No, that's awesome.
I kind of fell into this. I mean, it was
Right.
sort of I'm like a COVID baby almost in comedy. So everything is learning, the hard way. But
That's the best way to learn, though.
well, I don't know.
Some might disagree, but I would say, that is the best way to learn.
Doesn't seem that way when you're doing it, though. It's
No.
Isn't there some other way to figure this
No,
out?
there definitely will be, and you will get there.
Can't I just blow someone? Isn't this?
Yeah, no, that's unfortunately they don't let you do it anymore.
Yeah. Not in this town anyway. I don't know. I gotta
All
I gotta go to LA for that, I guess.
all the ungrateful ladies canceled that, man.
Yeah.
Did I say that? That is wrong of me. I apologize for that.
I don't think it's the ladies we need to worry about.
Probably not. Cody, something interesting that you and I share. My wife is also a stand-up comic, and so we performed together for many, many years. Some people are like, man, what I need is to not be around my wife for 8 hours a day. We couldn't work together. We'll kill each other. How do you, in those environments, day after day, going through what you go through, and of course, in the comedy circuit, everybody's drinking, everybody's having a good time. How do you avoid being overexposed in that situation with your wife?
We're still navigating it, because we're just now hitting the road together a lot more.
Yeah.
I finally have enough power to say, hey, can I
Bring this feature? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're learning it at this point. Luckily, we're at the Looney Bin. It's like, this is one of my favorite clubs in the world. So I'm like, I'm bringing her to all the places I like.
Yeah, it makes sense. And you know what I do love about the Looney Bin and about an Arkansas crowd is they want to have fun.
Yeah.
They came to have fun. So unless you shit the bed, they're going to have fun with you. And
even if you do.
if you can turn that into magic too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really can. I mean, they will root for you to succeed here until you don't.
Right.
And then they'll hate your guts forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have enjoyed working with her. But it was a weird phenomena for me, because I had been in comedy probably 6-7 years before she got into comedy, and I was mentoring her. That's how we met, and it was a real surreal moment when we got off the stage one night. And she had done her set, and I followed her, and I got up and I said, maybe it's time to switch roles. Why don't you headline for a little bit?
This is Patrick's Me Too story.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. No, she just became so great, man, that I was like, I feel like I'm hurting your shine.
Wow.
And it's not a knock on me. I think I'm a great stand-up, but she just had something magical in the way that she did it. The way she connects with people. I was just like, no, I'll let you. It's much easier to be a feature. Trust me. We're still making the same money. It's going to the same bank. Doesn't matter.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So I didn't mind swapping out and going, yeah, let's see what you do with it for a little bit. I'll take the easy road and, go kiss babies, be the politician, and fill that little middle ground there for you.
Yeah.
And so that's been an amazing journey to watch her progress like that and to become, from just a funny person to a stand-up comedian. Because there's a long range between stand-up comedian and I think I'm funny.
Yeah.
There are lots of stages that you go through. You go through the I can tell some joke stage. You go through the I'm pretty funny stage. But it takes a while to get to comedian because you have to have a body of work that you can count on, and you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
To be a comedian, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, Wayne, is that right? Is that fair? He's not even listening. He doesn't know what it is. Yeah, he's over there looking at porn. Here, let's do this. We'll just do this for now. Hold on. You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. All right, we are back now. Welcome to the Friday edition, and right here we've got Dick Colligan. He is performing tonight at the Looney Bin. Right here's Cody. Cody Wood is performing as the headliner tonight at the Looney Bin, correct?
Yes, sir.
And of course, you know Chad here. So let me ask Dick, what kind of music do you listen to, man?
Man, a lot of Kendrick Lamar.
They not like us.
Yeah, I'm an old school classic rock guy for the most part.
Okay.
But I don't. If I'm gonna listen to something today now, it's weird. I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm older or I'm just getting soft. But I'm listening to like something's gonna pump me up.
Yeah.
Like Coldplay or crap like that. Like the stuff I used to hate on 20 years ago. Now I'm listening. I'm like turning into my dad or something. I don't know.
You're out there bumping clocks at like
Yeah.
level 10. That's what's going on in your life.
No, it's the new. It's the new shit. I don't know. I don't even know any of the names of the song. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, that's funny.
But it's like I just put on, I put on a radio station on Spotify or whatever, and I'm like,
give me uplifting music.
yeah, I'm gonna probably get into Christian rock pretty soon.
No, man. Listen, I swear to God, and I feel horrible for this. And let me apologize to the audience because I'm not going to do a rant today. Typically every Friday I do, but I actually my aunt passed away of cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not. This isn't a bring down moment. And I went to the funeral yesterday, but I was sitting there and it dawned on me. I looked at my brother and I said, if God is this all powerful being, why can't He make Christian music that doesn't suck? Because it sucks, man. It's just, it sounds different than anything else. You immediately know from the sound. It's like I don't know if they have a magic production studio to make it sound that way, that bad, but they do. And I'm like, I don't care who the artist is. It's got that weird sound to it. You're just like, this sucks, man.
Yeah, but now they got Kanye though, so they should step it up.
Oh, Yeezus?
Yeah.
Yeezus walks, baby.
Exactly.
What about you? What kind of music you like, man?
I anything without lyrics these days, man. I'm just trying to tune out,
Yeah.
I started listening to a lot of jazz and electronic stuff, because I get tired of just hearing.
Yeah. So, and then you started dating guys, or? I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding, buddy. I'm kidding, man. Well, I was just wondering if y'all might take part in a little segment with me here. I've got a company called Dope Records that sends us singles.
Cool.
They're talking about floating out. And so I just wanted to, kind of do a listening thing and see, what y'all think about a song or two.
Let's hear it.
Would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Only if it's Christian rock.
No, this is
Definitely not.
Man.
This is Dope Records. Just hold on. Let me find the right one. Hold on. No. No.
So many bangers. Which one do you pick, man?
No. No. Hold on. I got one I had.
These all sound good.
Dude,
They are all good.
bangers.
No.
All Grammy nominated.
Here we go. See what you think of this. Comment as you want.
Do you have a lighter?
Yeah.
As long as I can remember, I've been looking for love. I dance with the devil.
Kind of has almost a shine down feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
It's like Nickelback meets Jesus.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, really. Yeah. If Jesus was a player.
Yeah.
What do you think, Cody?
I like it. I think it's good for a nice dating scene, like a family reunion.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be perfect. Like with your cousins?
Yeah.
Second cousins only.
Dope Records.
Oh.
Did he say finger in your butt, or did I make that up? Okay.
You're hearing your own song.
That was Nate. That's
You're
fine.
in your head over there, man.
That's-
Pulling the hair. Is this about the Diddy Hotel thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might be.
All right.
Could be. The Diddy backstory song.
Yeah. Did he produce this record, actually?
No, don't say that.
That'd be the end of Dope House record.
Yeah, Dope Record is done.
Gone. Canceled.
It's a good guitar.
Yeah. Roofie Records.
Yeah, right.
Hey, that's a good roofing company name. You want to go for that?
That would be a good name. I don't think local roofing would change their name, though. I don't think they're going to consider that.
Mark, run that up the flagpole. Let us know what you got.
Yeah, get back to us.
I gotta admit, man, it sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Little doggy likes it.
does he?
Dope Records.
All right. Here
Hell
we-
yeah.
I like the bass.
All right, let's.
That's the one thing I didn't hear was the bass.
Now tell
All
them.
right, let's do.
Look.
I'm bumping Christian rock for the bass.
Hold on. Let's do one more. One more of them. Hold on.
That was a bot comment. Ooh. I feel like Beavis and Butthead watching YouTube music videos right now, right?
That is awesome, man. I wish we did have that right
She's an ass.
This song is awesome.
Shut up, Beavis.
now. Everybody up here has an impression of them.
This chick sounds hot.
This is like a strip club song almost.
I don't think you should assume it's a girl. It's 2025. It might be a guy.
This dude sounds hot.
Yeah. This dude's hot. Yeah.
Heard that.
She doesn't measure, huh? Good.
Yeah.
That dick kind of girl.
That's right. It's easy to impress her now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
Please
I got big balls, honey, all right?
don't bring a ruler. Not to this party.
She went for the tissues after issues? All right.
You know what's up. You know what's up.
Is this Karen McGrady?
She might. Hey, that's a popular word these days.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
Yeah. Everybody's gaslighting.
Man.
They won't be egg lighting because it's too much.
Man. Right. Half a hot dog.
Is that their real name, Half a Hot Dog?
It is now.
Yeah, that's right. No.
Is this a trans chick? What?
Half a hot dog. That is hilarious, actually.
Choke.
Yeah, she is.
Wow.
Maybe this arena feels good to you. I'm beginning to believe it's true. Every shot you take aims for the heart. I wish we could go back to the start.
She can wail.
I'm done with the fighting and your gaslighting.
I like that.
Patrick, maybe you should mentor her.
Yeah, she needs help. And she's got some issues,
Little
probably.
doggy's
That's hilarious.
You rock, little doggy.
All right, so let me tell you the story now on these songs because I've been perpetrating a crime all week on people.
Okay.
I made those with AI.
That second one's so AI.
Yeah, no, I wrote the lyrics. The lyrics are all mine.
Oh,
yeah, I wrote all the lyrics. You know,
Right.
not that I'm saying I'm proud. They're fun though. And but AI is so good
Man.
that I started playing with this app and going, oh well, I wonder, because I'm not going to pay thousands of dollars to have BMI here so I can play Justin Bieber or Kendrick Lamar or whoever it may be.
Right.
So I started thinking, well, maybe I could just make my own songs to put in the breaks. And I started playing around with that idea. and started spitting these out about a week ago. I've been blowing Chad's phone up.
Man, I've been getting rap songs, country
Yeah.
songs.
Oh, no, I've got
the
them
rap
all.
songs are the bangers, y'all. Y'all gotta hear the rap songs.
I got some.
Oh, my God.
So here's what I'm going to do with it, though, because it dawned on me. You know, I have a lot of friends who are musicians, successful bands. You know, and so I'm going to write a song, do it in AI, and then have them take it and try to beat the AI. So they're going to go to a studio, produce the song, and come back with a finished track to see if they can beat the AI.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty interesting and fun.
Yeah. No, they're gonna reproduce like everything that you already kind of created through
Like
AI.
the same
Yeah,
songs.
yeah.
Exact
Well,
same.
they'll take the lyrics and do what they
Take their
do
own take
musically
on
with it, you know, and because AI is very popular right now, but to be honest, the musicians are about half pissed at AI right now.
Right.
You know, because it's like, hey, man, I looked and we're out here doing stuff. That's a computer.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Look, anything's better than Taylor Swift at this point. I mean, if you can.
yeah, anything's been better than Taylor Swift since about 2009.
I feel like she's the original AI.
No, Romeo and Juliet was a banger, please.
Yeah, I don't even know what that. You talking about Shakespeare? Or what are we talking about here? I don't know. I didn't. I'm not down with that. No. Yeah. What? You like Taylor Swift? Or are you a Swiftie?
I'm a closet Swiftie.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
They're all
Yeah.
in the
No.
Early Swiftie. Yeah.
What'd you say?
They're all in the closet.
Yeah. No, that's right. They probably are. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is amazing how successful that she is, and I'm not saying she's not talented, but I'm like,
But you are.
I'm just like, no, I'm just like, wow, you know, that's the biggest star on the planet right there. You
Yeah.
know? And it's pretty milquetoast, honestly. It's
It's
pretty
amazingly milquetoast.
Yeah.
It's almost like wow. It's the talent and how it just like it sounds and tastes like water. Like
Yeah.
it's just
yeah,
pure
no,
nothing.
Yeah, I
The,
could hear-
the fact that she fucked John Mayer, I lost respect for him.
Yeah.
yeah.
After
Hold on a
that.
second, let me just do that right there. John Mayer is probably hooked up with you know, some of the hottest chicks on the planet.
Right, and then Taylor Swift. I'm like, come on.
You know, it's funny, John.
You're
Mayer
better than this.
And Pete Davidson. It's like, really?
Pete Davidson was in there?
Oh, he's been in a lot of places.
There's nothing.
I don't know about Taylor Swift, but he's
Yeah.
been in a lot of places that he shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, now he got all his tats taken off. You see that?
Davis got his tattoo.
He got them
Like
all.
200,000.
Yeah, he spent like $250,000 to get them all taken off.
Wow, man. So he just looks like Beetlejuice now, huh?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, now he just looks like Ichabod Crane.
Yeah.
You know, waiting to get on the horse and throw his head or whatever. I do like him. He's funny. He's funny enough. You know, I just never understood what. I guess because he was a sad guy, the girls like him. Is that what
I
it
have
is? If
no
you're
idea.
sad?
That's the kind of the pulling on the heartstrings of the girls type of trick, you know. And I mean, you know, dude, you get laid when you're the 9/11 thing, you know. You
Yeah,
get,
because you lost your dad on 9/11. That's the
that's
punch
kind of the
card.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, it is a big thing. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not trying to make light, but yeah, I mean,
but I mean, to be honest, like I
that's
look at the women he's pulled, I'm like, man, I wish my dad died in 9/11.
yeah, sorry, Dad, but I wish
Wow, sacrifices,
You
sacrifices.
see, that's great. Man. That's fantastic right there. That's top shelf comedy. That's the shit you're going to come to the loony bin for right there. I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah. Are you a sports person, man?
Yeah, I am, and I'm a Chiefs fan, so I had to watch Travis Kelce just crap the bed just because they booed his nothing
Man.
wife.
You
You
think
know?
is that what did it to him? You think that when they booed his girl that he got in his feelings and couldn't play?
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's nothing I could do about it. I don't know, run a route.
Yeah, right. Catch the ball.
What do you need to do about it? She's rich. I mean, how much more than $1 billion does she need? She makes more money than you do. What do you need to defend her honor for? She can buy whoever hates her and throw them out in the trash. It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit what they say?
I just feel like there's so many amazing athletes that would hear that boo and be like, cool, that's what I needed.
Yeah,
I
give me
was,
fuel for that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
You know, Michael Jordan was that way. He would
Man.
make shit up.
Yeah.
Get mad
Man,
at just so
yes.
he could be that guy.
yeah.
Said one guy didn't give him an autograph as a kid, and he went at that dude, and he's like, "Oh, I just made that up."
Right.
Yeah.
exactly.
No, he would just get reasons in his
Yeah.
head to be pissed off so he
Yeah.
can play better, and I think that's speaks to the competitive spirit. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't appreciate the in touch with my feelings Travis Kelce right now.
Well, he's got a lot of boosters running through his veins, you know?
A lot of boosters running through his veins. He probably doesn't he hawk that? Does he hawk
Yeah,
that?
it made me hate them. And then I started to just actually, to be honest, I started hating the Chiefs, even though I was like, man, this is embarrassing that this is my team.
It's weird, the lens of history will not be kind to all the people who sold that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all the celebrities who came out to tell you, you need to get this shot. I'm getting this shot. I got 25 of them, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, why are you sick then, bitch? You know,
Yeah.
Seems like it's not working. If 25 ain't getting it done, it ain't going to work. you
They
know?
should have got Hawk to a girl to fucking hawk that. That would have been.
Oh, yeah.
People would have paid attention to that.
Yeah, is her podcast?
She could hawk anything. Fuck.
Is she still doing good podcast or a podcast? I don't know if it's good, but
She does something good. I don't know about podcasts,
well,
but
she had a podcast that just skyrocketed up to the top real quick, and I don't know if it's still up there or not. Is it?
it's called Blowing Up.
I don't know what it's called. It's called One Hit Wonder, I guess. I'm not sure. She seems nice enough. It's just one of those. That is the power of the internet we were talking about. Good and bad is, you go from making a offhand comment that's slightly funny to being a top podcaster in that amount of time, and all us down here in the grind going.
Take notes, Patrick.
I should just go somewhere and just show up to do interviews and make stupid comments and get there.
Yeah.
Maybe one of us can go viral, and then it will all just blow up.
Yeah, no, I went viral once on TikTok. I had one that had about 3.5 million hits, and I thought,
insane.
oh no, it is insane. I thought at that point I was like, I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I broke through. Now I'm good. No, shit. Hell no, man. I put 10 more videos out and couldn't cover 4,000 on any of them. I'm like, this is bullshit, man. This is some kind of game they're playing with me here. You know? Latasha said it was a very radio-friendly song. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know about that. But, I'll maybe later in the show I'll play some more of the songs for you for fun. And we'll keep doing that. And next week we'll have our first band come in to take the challenge, the head-on challenge.
Who's coming?
That would be cool.
Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you. And then later on this morning, Billy Burnone is going to be here. He is a local rap artist, and he's going to freestyle and have some fun with us. So I'm really looking forward to that, actually.
Billy Burnone.
Yeah, that's his name, Billy Burnone. It's a pretty good name, pretty memorable.
Christian rock guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
He's a Methodist.
No, he's burning sage.
Yeah.
To clear the spirits.
That's right.
You were talking about being in California. I just saw this article where they're talking about the fast food job losses in California spiked after they passed that $20 minimum wage. So they just went back to look at it and said, yeah, sure enough, they have plummeted the number of jobs because of that. Because now they're $20 minimum. That's wild out there. Is everybody? You see a lot of high minimum wage jobs now there or no?
Well, yeah, they definitely raised the minimum wage on a lot of stuff because there's L.A. County. They were at a pretty high minimum wage according to the rest of California, and then now I think the whole state is really high. And the thing is, yeah, you got the cost of labor going up that much. You're going to get inflation, but at the same time, they sure did roll that out right when they got all the AI to do the burger flipping for you.
Right.
So, I think it was a calculated cost. Like, all right, it's going to inflate, but probably not that much because, those jobs are going away anyway.
Yeah. Do you think that is it fair to pay? When I was a kid growing up, and things have evolved a lot, but if I worked at McDonald's, which I did for a couple of years, that's what we referred to as a starter job.
Oh, yeah.
You go in there, you grind it out, you get low pay, basically, but you learn how to work. And then you progress with a career from there, whether you're going to stay at Mickey D's and be a manager or you're going to move on with your life.
Right.
Do you think lifting that up to $20, paying that amount, is it just the right thing to do economically, or what is it really something that's going to kill the business?
Well, it's going to kill the business for sure. That's the problem. Even though the cost of living versus like quality of life, it is down, and technically minimum wage should be up for, because you could buy a house as a gas station worker at one time, So
Yeah, that's true.
there is something to be said about not getting enough wealth from labor.
Yeah.
But, we're also printing money like crazy.
Yeah, no,
and
clearly.
spending like
We've
crazy.
learned that recently, that we've been printing money and sending it all kinds of places.
Yeah.
No, it's just great. I'm glad to have to support Iraqi Sesame Street. Iraqi Elmo is my favorite character that I've ever paid tax dollars for. Let me ask you guys. A lot of people, some people, I should say, seem upset about this, where they're going through and trying to, find the waste and fraud and stuff in the government. What's your take on it, man?
Well, I feel like it's stuff that we should have already known. That most people should have already guessed is happening. And the fact that some people are pretending to be mad about it, that it's actually being exposed.
Yeah.
Wait, they're wasting money in the government?
Right. No, not at all. What do you think, man? What do you think about it?
I'm shocked.
Yeah, no.
Shocked.
Everybody's shocked by it, aren't
I
they?
can't believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they were, spending our tax dollars on,
Roads and
roads and
infrastructure.
right, exactly.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, it's wild to see people lose their mind over it, and I'm not a political cat at all. I don't give a shit about parties or any of that stuff whatsoever. But, I've said for a while, look at them, the whole time I was a kid, that was the running joke. They paid $100 for a hammer, right?
Yep.
Right.
And so it's like, that joke's been going on since I was a kid, and that's the 80s. That's a long ass time.
The reason why it's stuck around.
Well, now it's changed because now, factually speaking, they were paying $10,000 for an HDMI cord.
Well, that's inflation, Patrick.
That
That's
is like $10,000 for a rugged HDMI cord.
Yeah.
Now, it was rugged. In fairness.
Hey, speaking of politics, did you see Alec Baldwin's in the news for threatening to kill a guy over doing a Trump impression?
Oh, I did see,
you see that?
something about it, but I don't know the story behind it.
Yeah, he threatened a guy. He came up to him in New York City. He was doing a Trump impression, talking to Alec. And Alec's a known Trump impersonator, for those who don't know. And,
Not a good one.
Yeah,
was.
Well, he's on SNL, so that's
No,
pretty much goes without saying.
Yeah.
And Baldwin threatens to kill him
Yeah.
on camera. Which, look, if it were me, I would take that seriously, because if Baldwin threatens to kill you,
He might.
he's going to follow through.
No, he might actually do it. I think he killed one of his kids, at least.
Yeah,
I don't know for sure.
a couple
but-
women on set. I mean, we don't know all the details. But
Yeah. Oh, no, I forgot about that. Yeah, he did do that, didn't he? Yeah, but I guess he beat that rap.
he never learns,
No, he that's probably true. I think Shane Gillis actually is a great Trump impersonator. I thought he was way better than Baldwin was.
Yeah.
Although I do love Alec Baldwin in Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He was great in that, man. Maybe Hunt for Red October back in the 90s, maybe 80s, 90s. Do what on what? He was on Friends. He was on
Was he?
Friends.
He was on Friends.
I got to see that.
I don't. It was that a
That's because he doesn't have any.
Was that a TV? Was that a TV show?
That was good.
Friends? What's the name of it? I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't either. I've never seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. He was on Friends, really? Okay. Okay. All right. I didn't know you were a Friends fan. I wish I'd known that a minute ago. I will remember that. I want you to know that.
I feel like every Friends episode is written by AI.
It does seem like that kind of. I just don't like sitcoms in general. To be honest with you, they seem like the low-lying fruit of writing.
Yeah.
And so most of the time I don't enjoy them.
It's hard to make a good sitcom. I think like travel shows and sitcoms, there should only be a few of them.
Yeah,
because they're hard to make.
What's a good sitcom?
Good sitcom. I've been watching. Does Curb count as a sitcom?
Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
That is amazing.
Seinfeld too.
I think Seinfeld was solid. I'll listen to the writing and be like, all right, that's pretty good.
Well, when you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, you recognize where it all came from. Because it's really the same show.
It's Larry David.
Yeah, Larry was Jerry, and Jerry became Larry.
Yeah.
Is really what happened there. He did it well, I guess. What's a sitcom you think is good, Dick?
I loved. I was gonna say Seinfeld. So
That
now.
was your bag. Well, and you're a New York guy. It makes sense. So.
Yeah, and I was a '90s kid too. So
Yeah,
it was like
perfectly
that was
sensible.
what we. I was too stupid to appreciate it at that time. I now own the entire series on DVD.
Really, you have a DVD player. That's more impressive.
I had to buy a DVD player to watch Seinfeld, and the DVDs cost more than the DVD player.
Yeah, no, I'm certain they did.
I went into Best Buy and they're like, we don't know if we even have this.
Yeah, no, they probably. Yeah, no, Walmart still has it. They still have the VCR to DVD.
Right.
You get to do a combo. I was like, really? Who's playing videotapes, man? But Chad, what's a good sitcom, man?
Back in the day was Martin. That's like the first
Martin.
That was great.
That's
the
a
first one I
great,
remember watching.
Great,
Yeah, that was
great,
awesome.
great one. That is a great example. Martin Lawrence probably in some ways underrated.
Yeah.
Because he was phenomenal. That series, all the characters he played.
Man,
very,
Tyrone.
very, very good series.
Did you ever watch his stand-up special?
Yeah, I've seen several of his.
Run till that.
I think so. Yeah, that man was on a lot of coke.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
in the 80s and 90s, everybody was on
Right?
a lot
Yeah.
of coke, bro. Don't you know? I mean, look, Steven Seagal it was only good when he was on cocaine beating Kelly LeBrock. After that, his movies were all trash. He got fat and he sucks. You know, now he's a Soviet.
He did the
guy.
Jamaican one. That was pretty cool.
No, yeah, the Jamaican one.
Yeah, that was
doing-
Marked for Death or something. That was awesome.
Is he a Soviet?
Yeah, now he's he lives in Russia. He's he sits like on Putin's advisory council. He makes movies over there for Ruskies. Probably now he's probably kicking Americans' ass in one of those stupid fur hats that they they rock. Why was my mom rocking one of those at the funeral yesterday? I'm like, what are you, a gangster, a Russian gangster? What are you wearing that hat for?
She raised you. She's got to have some gangster in her. Man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Russia, collusion with Russia.
Russia. Sanford and Son was one.
Oh man,
that was
banger.
great.
That
That
was
was great.
Yeah, I watched that. And
That was a
Yeah.
really, really good one. Man.
I went back and watched a few episodes the other day, and I was surprised at some of the things they got away with in that. Some of the things like they said the N word very casually in that, and I was just like, man, I was watching that at 5, 6, 7 years old, didn't know any different.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it was in there, and I didn't even know.
Right.
But that it was so open that everybody was
Calling them honkies.
Yeah, comedically, that was on the table then.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at SNL even.
We've regressed since the 70s. We've gotten
in some
definitely
ways,
worse.
In some ways, we have. Yeah, it's weird for
TV definitely has.
For
TV,
someone like me, it's weird because I've gone through this period where, look, I was born in '69, so I've seen some of the shittier times. Then we got into the '80s. Everybody liked each other.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
80s was chill.
And the '90s too. And then somehow in
They couldn't let that
2000,
go.
Grunge music brought in the Karens and everything, and I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's always been my marker of how much are we going to progress is when are we going to get to say the N-word again? That's how you know. That's how you know society's progressing.
That's right.
You've had to get
Where's that hot take button?
canceled. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding.
We're clearly regressing here. We can't even say the N-word
No,
anymore.
you can't even say that. So what's another sitcom you liked, man?
You're bringing up all the hits.
Yeah.
So, like I used to watch a lot of I don't even know if this was. Did you ever watch TGIF? Thank God It's Friday on like TBS or something.
Never heard of it.
They had Full House. They had what was the Urkel one?
Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Okay, so the old '90s
That was
sitcoms.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah, those were that's my wife's era. She loves that kind of stuff.
I'm not saying they were good.
Alf.
Alf was probably the low point.
Do you remember Fall Guy?
That was.
Fall
I
Guy?
still don't know what Alf was.
I used to watch
He
Fall
was a
Guy.
puppet, man.
Yeah.
He was a puppet.
He was like an alien or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was 7 years old. I was
Yeah,
terrified.
that was the height of you had a puppet leading. That was a tough run there.
Yeah, it got weird.
Yeah, no, it did. It's like when they did the Geico Caveman show. It's like, really, you thought that was going to work? Somebody said, yeah, this is a good idea. Do this.
Wasn't that an SNL skit with Phil Hartman? Wasn't?
It was long before it was a Geico
Yeah.
commercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Those 90s and 80s sitcoms were good. Now, what about modern day shows? Is there anything like 2.5 Men, things like that? Do you get into any of the newer stuff?
I mean, what's on like literally right now?
Yeah,
that's
see,
good?
nobody knows because nobody watches regular TV anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. This year we passed for the first time ever more people watching YouTube than broadcast TV.
Wow.
How do you watch things now?
It's a lot of YouTube and streaming platforms.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of nice, though, is that they have to really compete to keep your attention. So some of these platforms have some of the most amazing content. You're like, oh, this is addictive, man. I was watching
Like Pornhub?
Yeah, yeah. But like, like, have you watched The Penguin?
Man, I want to. I haven't seen it yet. It's good though.
Oh, it's amazing.
I've heard it's very Sopranos-like.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one to watch. Especially, I think as comedians, you should watch it if you haven't, because my wife. Sometimes I get sucked into these things, because my wife wants to watch it, and I'm like, all right, I'll indulge it, And so she said, let's. Everybody's talking about White Lotus. Let's watch it.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I watched it, and it took me about 3 episodes because I'm like, I don't understand what this is, and that's always interesting to me. If I'm like, I don't even get it,
Right.
I'm like, then it's a challenge now. I have to get it, And White Lotus, and it's the weirdest thing they built. It's not a comedy. I don't care if they call it a comedy. It's not. There might be a handful of funny scenes. But it's compelling as shit, man. It's like really, really twisty, turny, seedy, weird, and the acting is just amazing in it. So it really is a good show.
It's kind of like Westworld. Did you watch Westworld?
I haven't yet. That's the one where
Yeah.
they bang robots.
I mean, yeah. It's part of the show.
Yeah, that's what I remember about it. Yeah, they're banging robots and whatnot, right?
Yeah, I mean, they don't call them that, but yeah.
Yeah, I get it. They don't call them that. That's
It's a lot of twisty, turny, try to figure out what's going to happen
Okay.
next. Kind of like Lost.
I never watched that one. I never did watch it. But
Yeah.
I know it was very, very popular. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge one.
Who was your go-to star as a kid? TV, movie, whatever. Who do you have posters of on your wall of?
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah. I understand. She was very popular.
The thing was, I grew up in the boy band era, so you really had to like search for good music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't on the radio.
No, I can understand. A lot
had-
of Maroon 5 was the hardcore
God
band
damn it,
then.
yeah, Maroon 5. But even worse than that. It was like Backstreet Boys.
NSYNC, all those
I think they were just trying to make me
98
gay.
Degree.
I think that's pretty much what
Did
the
it
radio was
work?
for. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Chad, who was your big celebrity? Posters on the wall and whatnot as a
The
kid?
posters on the wall was like basketball, like Jordan and stuff
Michael
like that.
Jordan.
Yeah,
That's,
they really have, like-
yeah. Not but Jordan. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
were a sports guy.
Yeah, I was a sports guy.
And now you have an admirable shoe collection.
Oh, yes.
So what's your most prized pair of Jordans?
I got some 6s that are probably about 10 years old. It's never even, still have like the plastic mannequin foot in them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
now, if you were to sell those on the open market, what are they worth? About $2 million?
No. Probably maybe like 600-700. I don't know.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. And you've also you kept your. Unlike me, who got rid of all my baseball, football, collectible cards when I was a kid because it was stupid, traded them for a shitty bike. You kept yours,
Yeah.
and you have a bunch of OG Jordan cards.
Yes, I got a bunch.
He's got Jordan rookie
I got a
cards.
Jordan 86 Flair rookie.
Yeah, that's wild,
nice.
man. That's wild.
I'm gonna send
Yeah.
you some pictures this week, man. I got everything out the other day. I was like, I'm gonna send Patrick some pictures.
The last time you sent me something, you sent me something I didn't want.
We're not supposed to talk about that stuff on the air, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. How about you, man? Who was the star, the poster on your wall as a kid?
I was big into pro wrestling, man. And
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
loved it. My hero, Chris Benoit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know if you guys know about old Chris.
Of course, I know about Chris. Yes,
A slight scandal with that
yes,
guy.
a little bit. Yeah,
But no, I loved wrestling, man. Shawn Michaels. You know?
Oh yeah.
Did Generation X.
Oh yeah, I can't believe that was shown to children.
Yeah, those were the good times of wrestling, though. The Attitude Era was the best time.
It really was. Now these catchphrases now, I think what's that guy that just goes, "Oh yes, yes." That might even been like the last 10 years.
I don't know.
In the '90s, the catchphrases were like, "Suck my cock."
Yes, but they were. That's more accurate to the '90s. Yeah, it was a little more brazen.
Dude, I was on I was at recess, like doing Shawn Michaels moves. And I got suspended. Yeah, they're like, "Oh my god, how do these kids know about this?" It's like, "Because D-Generation X."
You're right. That's hilarious. Yeah, I had Rick Springfield. That was the guy I had on my wall until I was.
That's
about
cool.
6, yeah, till I was about 15, right?
He was hot.
Well,
What?
It's coming more and more. It's coming out.
The boy bands work.
But hold on. You got to hear why though. My mom, I liked him from the time I was probably 11 until I was about 13, 14. I didn't take the posters off the wall because I wanted my mom to think I still was down with that. Underneath that, I had all the centerfolds. So you would lift up the poster and there'd be the centerfold under there, which makes it hard to. Well, never mind. But that's
Builds character.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It built something. But I'll never forget my mom. Because I was there when she discovered it, and it was the weirdest thing because something happened in a poster. One of the tacks came out and it slid, and so behind it, here's the centerfold. And she's standing there looking at it, and she looks over at me, and she just starts going and lifting posters, and it never stopped. And she got to about 21, and she goes, listen, I don't want to talk to you for a couple hours. Okay?
Rick Springfield, though, his music is fucking phenomenal.
It really is good. I mean,
He was an incredible songwriter.
he really was great. He had a lot of hits. A lot of people sleep on him because he was on General Hospital.
Yeah.
But he actually had a lot of good songs.
Tear It All Down, you know that one?
Yeah.
That's a banger.
Is it?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, you can sign him to Dope Records.
No, I should sign him to Dope Records. Yeah, he probably needs it now. Actually,
He's Australian too, by the way.
Yeah, he is Australian. I interviewed. We were talking. Me and Jason Gann, the guy who played Wilfred.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that show before?
Yeah.
I interviewed him not long ago. Real nice guy, by the way. And we were talking about people from Australia. The stars over there. And we
Is he from Australia?
He is. Mhm.
Yeah.
He did that show in Australia first, and then they wrapped that show up, and he was moving on with his life. He wanted to do another role, and so he came to America, and they had a show in mind, and he said, I never wanted to put that suit on again. And he said, but, when I got there, somebody said, hey, we got an idea about doing that show again here. And so he did it. But this time, it was focused more on the mental health aspect of it. And so it kind of became a cult favorite because of that, because he's all about mental well-being.
It was brilliant. I mean, the comedy of this dude just going nuts with the dog. I mean, that was such a good show, man.
Well, we talked about it, because I'm like, it's people don't understand how difficult it would be to perform in that situation because you look ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You're in a dog costume with your face out. You're doing the most stupid things possible, and you have to do it committedly. Yeah. That takes you got to have stones to not give a shit like that. Right. Yep. It's hard for most people to let go of things, and that's what I always loved about Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell would sacrifice anything for his comedy. Yes. So
including children.
Yes, he did. He's two of them, I understand. That's what it cost him to get Talladega Nights, 2 kids. But when he did Cowbell, and his gut was hanging out. That's what made it work because he was willing to put his stupid belly out there, and that made that shit 40 times funnier.
That and Horatio Sands just losing it in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true.
The whole scene.
Yeah. I like Jason Sudeikis too. He's a really good guy from SNL.
He's from Kansas too.
Yeah, there's a skit. Yeah, there's a skit where it's called "What's Up with That."
Yeah.
And
What's
Jason
up with that?
Sudeikis is always in a tracksuit in the back doing just and it's
so funny.
He just gives everything to every role.
That was such a great cast, though. That cast will go down, I think, in history. It was underrated at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably about the last era I remember the show being funny to me.
Yeah.
Chris Farley was phenomenal. He always acted. He was a physical actor in every possible way. He was great.
Yeah, machine.
Yeah. Sometimes, people say, what do you think he'd be doing now? He'd be on Ozempic. He'd be skinny. And he'd probably be, doing movies you didn't like anymore, to be honest. So sometimes, not to say I root for anyone's death, but it just cements a great career and you punctuate it and end it.
Yeah, look what happened to James Caan, right?
What happened to James Caan?
He ended up doing shitty movies to pay off his ex-wife.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
This man was in The Godfather. He's like,
he made like $12 for The Godfather. They didn't pay anybody shit back then.
Is that right?
I don't know if it's $12, but he didn't make very much for it.
Well, with inflation, that's like $200,000 now.
Yeah,
so
today. That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Who's an actor that you really admired growing up as well?
Man, there's a lot. I actually I did like Alec Baldwin, which is ironic. you know, it was the '90s, so there's a lot of like action, like really good action movies,
Yeah.
like Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
you know, Tom Cruise.
Do you think?
But I also like, you know, there was also great comedy. I think that was the last era of really great comedy movies.
Oh well,
We had Chris Farley, we had Eddie Murphy.
that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, that's a great question because I do love all those, but my favorite, if I had to pick a favorite comedy, it'd be Step Brothers.
Yeah.
One of my absolute
Yeah,
favorites.
and so that was a little later. I also like Talladega Nights.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
Anything with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, anything. Well, I'll watch anything with Will Ferrell. But you know, you had Tommy Boy,
Yeah. No,
you know, an
there were-
ultimate classic. Eddie Murphy and Nutty Professor. I mean, that
Yeah, that
was incredible.
Some people did like that. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty popular.
Playing 7 different characters.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
that was great. He was Tyler Perry before Tyler Perry. You know, honestly. What about you, man? I mean,
In terms of comedies or
just in
actors?
general.
Oh man, I do feel like we kind of fell off a little bit, and because we have so many Australian actors now taking our jobs. But they're,
Is that what it is? They're crossing the border, taking the acting roles. All the actors are going to lose jobs to Australians who work cheaper. That's great.
yeah. I mean, our male leads are not as impressive as they used to be. 'Cause we have some amazing leads.
Does anybody understand what is going on with Timothy Chalamet? When did this girl become popular?
Right?
No, I shouldn't say that. I know he was in Dune or whatever, and he seems nice enough, but I'm like,
what about the Aquaman
this
guy?
is your leading man. Well, that dude's a rock of a man.
But he's fucking ugly.
Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
You just got canceled, bro.
I know.
You canceled yourself. You played yourself.
The dude is fucking ugly. I'm sorry.
Every lady out there thinks he's the finest.
I know, and I can't figure him out.
You hating, bro.
You just hating, man.
You're hating, bro.
You just hate those
Do you think he's good looking?
Hell
You're
yeah,
hating,
I
bro.
would. I would nearly do it, and I'm straight as I can be, and I would nearly hook up.
He's like fucking a werewolf.
What?
Well, then give me more werewolf. I mean,
Who's out of control over here, man?
He's dating Amber Heard now. Yeah,
is he?
hear about that?
I think he was. I thought. Are they still together? I think they broke up already.
Oh,
I think when he heard about her shitting in Johnny Depp's bed, he was like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, if you're getting Johnny Depp's leftovers, you got to rethink some things.
can you imagine how pissed she was when she took a dump in the bed and just left it there?
Man,
I mean, that's like
I've made some girls mad. I've never made one that mad.
no, that's feral right there. That's feral is what that is.
Yeah.
You can't fix that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, I had
That's
a
right.
stripper burn all my clothes one time, but never shit my.
You had a stripper burn all your
Oh
clothes.
man, all my shit.
What did
Wow.
you do, man?
Nothing. Like they.
You're such a dirty liar.
She was crazy, man. She was crazy.
Doesn't that create more competition in her field if you have no clothes?
Good thinking, man. Good thinking. Good
I
thinking.
pulled up with my buddy to get all my stuff, and there was a pile, and it was on fire. He was
Oh
like,
my God.
"There's your shit." I'm like, "Yep, let's keep going."
Let's keep going.
This
Yeah,
bitch is crazy. We don't want to mess with her.
No.
Let's just keep rolling.
You ever had a stage 5 clinger like that?
Well, yeah. I don't know. That was okay.
We've all had
some
one.
incidents.
We've all had at least
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I had some incidents. I mean, I had some crazies. You know.
Go ahead.
I don't
Come
think
on.
I don't think I can mention that.
That sounds
one.
like
No.
PTSD going
This
on over
one's
there,
got a
man.
pending lawsuit.
Yo,
You can't
first of
talk
all, I
about
just want to point
Yeah,
out that YouTube's got my back on Jason Momoa right now.
It's probably another.
Latasha Mack is saying he's not that good looking.
She said he's short. Is he short? He's like 6'72".
Yeah, he's not short. I don't know who she, I don't know what she's
might have
talking
been
about.
talking about
But he
that.
is not that good looking, and Little Doggy says he's gay. I don't know.
Well, little doggy's just saying that because he's hating with you.
Yeah, little doggy
Yeah.
just.
He's
little
just
doggy.
trust me. He's a troll. You don't fall for it.
He's too ugly to be gay.
No, he's definitely got you. Tasha said she put bleach on her ex's clothes, set him on fire. He must have really pissed you off.
What did he do, Latasha?
Well, you know, he probably cheated.
Let us know.
Would be my guess. You know, but yeah. What about you? You ever had a 5-stage clinger or a stage 5
Saying
clinger?
no. I'm saying no.
Me?
You already admitted it. Shut up.
Yeah, you dated strippers. We already know the answer.
How about this? That's
I had a girl show up at my apartment one time,
what they're supposed to do.
unannounced. No, not in the good way. And yeah, she was a little clingy, but it was fine. She was hot.
Yeah, that's
I accept that.
That's not exactly the story
I
I was
told
looking
you,
for,
you don't
Dick.
have
I'm
one,
gonna
man.
I'm gonna
I
get you to
told you.
work on these stories. You got to pull some. Just make shit up next time.
I expect them to be crazy if they're hot.
Yes, I know Tasha
That's our
very
girl,
well.
man. You leave her alone.
Was in that case. Anyway,
It was during COVID.
Yeah, everything changed at that time, didn't it? All right. So what's next for you, man? Where are you headed next?
I got some East Coast again, so get to experience that. I've been on the East Coast all month, and now I got to
Yeah.
go right back to
What's
the Philly area.
your favorite? I mean, obviously Little Rock, but what's your favorite place to play? I mean, where do you go and you just feel like, man, I own the stage every damn time I'm here.
Yeah, well, the region I love the most is the Northwest. Or sorry, it's not the Northwest. Hell no, the Northeast.
Okay.
Love the. They're just a good blend of, they're smart but also don't care what you say. You get a little bit of that Canadian influence too. I just it's a good area like upstate New York. I love them.
Have you ever performed in Canada?
No, I'm not allowed in Canada right now.
Okay. Well, most people aren't.
Yeah, I think I might be there in July, hopefully, but yeah, they don't
just-
let you in with a
I
DUI.
just wonder how the stand up is there versus here, because they're so nice.
Yeah.
It's like, do they really cut throats in Canada on stage? I don't know. Like I watched, they had a competition there with Tom Green and a whole bunch of other people, and it was kind of a last comic standing-y kind of thing, where they were, they were trying to find who would be the last one left, last one laughing or whatever it was called, and even it was very funny, but they're not edgy most of the time.
Yeah, there's definitely no edge, but they're also extremely funny though. For
No, they
you
are
got
funny.
like freaking Jim Carrey out of there, and
Yeah, John Candy. I mean, you can go down the list of Canadians. Yeah,
I didn't
that are
even know
great.
John Candy. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who've come from Canada that are damn funny.
Twitter feeds
Justin
going
Bieber's
on.
a great comedian. Those songs
Neil
are
Young,
funny,
yeah.
aren't they? Neil Young, yeah. No, that's great. What do you think for you? What's your favorite comedy go-to movie?
go-to movie. Oh man, I've been loving some old school Sandler stuff. I've been loving how silly he is.
Yeah.
Like Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore, and-
Waterboy.
Yeah, Waterboy. I just been loving there's a silliness to him that I think is missing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that probably comes from those comedies being in an economic surplus.
Yeah.
And then, like, when things got worse, comedies got darker. So I was like, oh, man, remember when people were just kind of silly in
Yeah,
a
right.
movie? And I
Yeah.
do like that about Sandler, is he's still able to sell the silly.
Yeah, no, that is true that he can do that. I'm
Did you guys see Sandy Wexler that he did?
Oh, my God, what a
That was
brilliant.
hysterical.
Yeah, you liked it a lot?
I loved it.
It was pretty good. It was
Yeah.
all right. Are you excited for Happy Gilmore 2?
Oh, my God.
I am. Yeah, no, he's shooting it now. I'm super fired up about it. Like that's in my top 5. Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he's my favorite
Shooter
celebrity.
McGavin.
Yeah,
He's a good dude, man. Like, because he knows
is.
he's a big deal when he walks in the room. He'll walk up to you and shake your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Shake your hand. Like, he does, because he knows he needs to pop that bubble of, oh, my God, it's Sandler.
Yeah.
He goes in there, he's immediately trying to, like, hey, how you doing? Oh, that's good, man. What's your name? Oh, all right. He's trying to,
pretty good impression. By the way.
it's literally what he does.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, that guy just made me feel like I was equal to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an amazing person. I like that guy a lot.
Yeah, no, we talk a lot about the Sandler principle because a lot of people know that all of his movies cast a lot of the same people, and then they had kind of a deal when they were coming up that if any of them made it, the other would bring them all up, and he's the one that made it and brought them all up.
Yeah.
And he kept to his word, and they've stayed with him most of them the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that whole cast, right? Because those were all SNL guys, and they all kind of stuck together, right? And then they did what was it, like Adults or something, or Grown Ups or whatever it was.
Yeah, they did several movies with
Him
those.
and
I mean,
Spade and Rock and
but if you look at Happy Gilmore, you look at Waterboy, you look at Billy Madison, a lot of the same people are in
Yeah.
there. 51st Dates,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
He single-handedly employed Rob Schneider for like a
Right.
decade. You know what I mean? What's your favorite comedy to watch?
Man, I like a Grandma's Boy. I like.
That's a great one. That's
Oh yeah, Nick Swartzen.
that is a Sandler production.
Is it really?
Yeah.
but
didn't
it's
know
not a
so.
Sandler.
Because he kind of took Swartzen under his wing
Yeah,
That's a
when
good
he was
one.
coming out.
that's a good one.
Step Brothers. I'm always
Yeah, I
gonna
love
watch
Step Brothers.
Anything with Will Ferrell and I'm gonna watch.
Yeah. Except what's the one where he has the yard sale? That's terrible.
The yard sale.
Yeah, it's a serious movie, and
Oh, I know what
just
you're
a-
talking
I've
about.
seen
It's like when Sandler did Punch Drunk Love. It's like, yeah, okay, you can act. I don't give a shit. Just be funny, would you?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
just
You know.
showing he could act. Kind of
Yeah.
like Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have to do that. They all have
Yeah.
to do some crazy indie
I guess
type
I've seen that one.
movie. Who's what's your favorite?
Must go.
Everything
Yeah,
must
I
go.
remember that one.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that movie must go. That's right. What's your favorite go-to comedy movie?
I think Old School.
Oh, that's another great one.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell was in every single person except you had Sandler, but Sandler, Ferrell, in all of them.
Yeah.
Old School is a great movie.
Tank the Tank.
Yeah,
Frank the
the
Tank.
Tank.
I mean, that's just a perfect movie.
it is a great movie in many ways. You got Jeremy Piven as the bad guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Piven
man,
is fucking
Piven is
great.
awesome,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, he is
great.
Best Coke actor in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, again, that era, everybody was.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're still all doing it, but that era it just seemed like it was heaps and heaps of it.
Right.
I just imagine actors walked in rooms and there was like it looked like the Roadrunner bird seed piled up.
Right.
Like, come on,
You
guys,
didn't do lines. You
get on
did
the set. Get on the set.
You did
Yeah.
scoops, not lines. You did
Yeah.
Fucking
throw it all up your
Scarface.
nose.
Look,
Yeah.
I, as a kid, and man, I shouldn't even be telling this, man, but I can remember being a junior. Junior, maybe early senior, and I would go to my friend's house. He was pretty well to do, and he would have what he called socials, but they were just parties, house
Right,
parties, right? His parents were out of town. Dude would come around with a saucer with an 8-ball on it, and just it just bring it by to everybody. Here you go, get some.
Now it's a party.
Yeah, no, I swear to God, man, and that's how much it was proliferating that time. It was just everybody was doing that shit. It wasn't smart, but that's what everybody was doing.
They didn't really in the '80s. They didn't really know
Didn't know what.
how bad it was.
Listen, I don't care. Whenever
man.
cocaine started, you immediately knew it was bad.
Something make you feel that. Anything that make you feel that good, you know, it's bad
Yeah,
for
as
you.
soon as you go and it burns, you're like, oh, that's bad.
That's-
it's not good for me. But yeah, I guess maybe we know more now, know, for sure. But yeah, I think we've pretty much known for them. I don't feel sorry for people who take drugs and they have a different experience than they expect because they're idiots.
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
drugs. This is what they do.
What you
know?
expect?
Yeah.
By the way, we did hear from Latasha. Her ex did cheat on her.
Yeah.
She caught him and chased him around town and tried to fight them both. I don't know if she's talking about more than one exes.
No, she's talking about
the girl
ex
and the guy.
girl. Yeah, no,
Tasha's
Okay.
a gangster.
no, Tasha is. She probably would have whooped.
She
both
does
asses.
sound like she has more than
She
one
would have
ex
caught a
at the same
charge.
time,
She would have
though.
caught a charge, and she would have caught.
Don't. Listen, you don't want her to show up here, man. She'll be in the parking lot
She'll
waiting
pull
for
up
you.
on you, man.
No,
She
don't-
says
don't-
I was certified crazy back then.
No,
Yeah, we
don't.
figured that out.
Certified
don't make.
gangster.
Listen, I'm telling you, don't activate
don't
it.
poke that bear.
Don't activate
Don't poke
that
that
crazy,
bear.
man.
Don't poke it.
No, she's got it under control these days. Who did that?
Is that filter?
What? Him and Bill Burr did a kids comment? Huh?
Latasha, is that a filter?
Oh no,
Probably,
No,
yeah.
No, that's actually she's a long time listener. Friend
No,
of ours.
the face pick.
No, that's
Oh, Latasha's a pretty girl, man.
no,
yeah.
that's her. No, that really is. Yeah, she's a real pretty lady. Yeah, she
Yeah, I would go
certainly is.
crazy too if I got cheated on. I look like that. Like, what? You don't? This isn't enough for you?
Yeah, right.
That's actually Chad's ex. It's the stripper.
No, definitely not. The stripper, definitely not. Chad, how many strippers did you date? By the way,
One, and that was it. I learned my lesson.
it was one time.
how long did it take you to learn that said lesson?
Oh man, it was a long. Probably about 6-8 months.
I mean, I guess maybe I'm too insecure.
Man,
it's
it
hard
was-
for,
it was
for my
weird,
wife
man.
to come home and go, well, so did you get any lap dances tonight, honey? How'd it go?
But
Did you grind on
she
any
would take
dude's
me to work.
dongs?
I would go to work with her, and she would get me lap dances with my friends,
my
and like
God.
everybody would buy me drinks, and like it was
And that
you were-
didn't work out.
Okay, so you were dating the strip club.
kind of sort
Not
of
just the whole club, the everything.
Yeah. How'd you guys meet?
at the club.
Yeah. How do you think? He was throwing $20 bills instead of ones, man. That's how.
There was a gas station you could go to, and all the strippers went to. And my buddy was like, "Hey, I know where they're going." I was like, "Really?" I was like,
To the gas station?
Gas
That's where they
station.
went?
There's a gas station, and that had like a big bouncer, and he'd watch all of them. And like we started talking, and we kept meeting up at the same gas station at like 5 o'clock in the morning because that's what time they closed. And one morning I did some stuff I shouldn't have done.
How hot was she?
I'm married now.
She's not.
So pretty
Not.
fucking hot.
No.
No, it definitely wasn't
She
hot.
was a stripper, man. I mean, come on, do the math.
She's a gas station stripper.
So pretty hot.
Sounds hot.
Gas station. Just met her there, you know.
They had the hot food at the gas
That
station.
would be great. Yeah. You get a tater log and a strip.
Right.
lap
Like
dance.
what was it? The chicken, the Gussie's chickens or whatever.
Oh, the Chester chicken?
Chester chicken. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Get you some Chester chicken, a tater log, and a lap dance
And a
at
stripper,
the same
yes.
place. Yeah, no, that'd be great. You guys would be lined up there at lunch,
Out the
wouldn't they?
door.
Yeah, no, if I could get a tater log and a lap dance,
Oh,
I'm
man.
in. Yeah, for sure. Are you married? I didn't ask.
I am married. Yes.
Yeah, how long you been married?
6 years.
6
5
years.
years. Sorry.
Okay, I knew your girl was your feature, but I didn't know if it was your wife or not. So you've been married 6 years. How did y'all meet?
We met doing comedy, man. It was love at first sight. The very first website,
Ours or
I ordered
yours?
her.
That's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, she did really well on stage before me, and it was a turn on. And then, just kind of kept it professional for a while. And then the next month, made my move and been together.
When you said you kept it professional for a while, you meant about 28 days.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
That's as long as you could hold. 28 days, I'll keep it professional.
7.
Yeah, you got to pretend like that you don't find them attractive, and then they go, "What the hell's wrong with that?" And
That's
then
right.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about that game. That's great. That's good. Well, one of the great things about it is she understands the game, and
Yeah.
so when you're out performing and you're shaking hands, you're taking pictures, things like that. She's not jealous of it because she's doing the same thing, basically, right?
yes, yeah. I need her to sell her merch too. Like,
Yeah, no,
part of
take
the
him
rent.
around the corner. Yeah, just a hand only, sir. No, same for me because that's how I met my wife, and I was dating a girl when I was mentoring her in comedy. She was trying to help my girlfriend out because my girlfriend struggled with the whole, the girls taking pictures with me.
Yeah.
Because in the heyday of my stand-up, that was a lot of time. The girls would take pictures and stuff, and she'd want to come up there on the stage and try to get in the pictures. And I'm like, listen, you're not a comedian. You understand? You need to go sit down. And so I remember I was talking to Laura one night on the phone after that, and talked to her for like 2 hours. And she was like, "Yeah, I tried to tell her. I'm trying to talk to her. I'm going to help her. I'm going to keep coaching her." And I hung up the phone and I went, "Damn, I wish my girlfriend was like that." And then I went, "Man, hell, I'm breaking up with her. I'm calling her back. I called Laura back and said, why don't you be my girlfriend?" I like you much better than her now that I think about it. And so 14 years later, here we are.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, though. So I feel you, though, because she does get it. She understands, and she doesn't have that jealousy issue or that insecurity that, some people have.
Yeah, I think in the beginning maybe she had a little bit because we kept it secret,
Yeah,
'cause
well, yeah.
I wanted her to get more show business opportunities as well. I didn't want, bookers to think she was off
She was
the
a Nepo
table.
baby. Oh, I get what you're saying. Off the
'cause-
table. No, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for women in show business, you got to make it seem like you're going to do
You're
favors.
you're single.
Yep.
For show
Yeah.
business purposes,
Yeah.
you're available. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that is important in a lot of ways, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a dirty business, man. I've sat next to her with club bookers, like just being complete creeps, and they have no idea that that's my lady, So,
Really?
Yeah.
And you just never said anything.
Never said anything because I just wanted her to get an opportunity,
Yeah.
And then, as long as she just
Did you
doesn't
ever,
blow 'em.
after the fact, tell them? By the way,
They found out once we made it kind of more public that we're
Yeah.
together, and then they kind of went, "Oh, okay," and acted like they never did.
Like they never did, yeah.
Yeah, she's got so many stories of some pretty prolific people being.
Do you think is it harder for women in comedy and stand-up?
Yeah, because they can't go on the road to develop as much. That's one of the problems.
They can't drive?
That's one of them. Yeah, they don't ask for directions. They don't.
Oh, they just never make it to the club. I got you. Okay.
But they can't really do the circuit because you're surrounded by a bunch of creeps at the club and blah blah. So it's hard for them to develop. Now, granted, they do get more benefits in show business now because Hollywood wants to book women and all that.
Yeah, sure.
But that comes at a cost of not being able to just go grind out in the Midwest and do gigs.
Yeah. I knew when back when I was doing a lot of stand up and we would travel around and perform at a lot of places. I would sometimes I had a room. I would just book the room, and I would host it. And booked for a guy in Hot Springs, and the lady, she was like 80 years old, 75 years old, I think.
Okay.
And that was the whole basis of her. She was hilarious. She was a dirty grandma, and she was just hilarious. But I'd had a comedian there the week before who was equally dirty, but was a guy. When the owner of the club was so mad about her. And I'm like, what are you mad about? Well, she was dirty. I said, she's the same as the guy before. It's just she's a woman.
Right.
Well, yeah, but that you can't do that.
Yep.
And sometimes people feel a type of way that's different pertaining to women in that regard, at least in my experience. I don't know. And I'm not talking about the audience as much as the club owners and things like that. You know, I don't know why there's a different perception there.
Something's not ladylike, right? Yeah.
Well, then, I mean, yeah, back
Something
in
like that.
1920, I guess,
Right.
yeah, it would not be ladylike.
Way in the 20s.
I mean, I think Amy Schumer ended all ladiness. You know, so, I mean, I don't even like her, by the way. And I think Anthony Jeselnik wrote her first set.
I agree.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I have some intel on that. Yeah.
Do you? Oh, so you can validate me because I suspected because that set was really good.
Yeah.
But it didn't. But the next set and everything since has just been to me trash.
What made you think it was Jeselnik?
Some of the lines and the crispness of it.
Yeah.
The movement, the pacing.
Yeah.
A lot of that seemed very Jeselnik to me. I'm not saying it is or was. I don't know. But that was my suspicion because I know that's who she was dating. And he was a strong comic at the time already.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't a household name then, but he was a strong comedian and known enough.
Yeah.
You know, and known as a writer. But you say you have some intel.
Yeah, and I don't want to, because,
You
you
don't
know,
have to
I don't
put
care
anybody
for her. I don't care for her, but I do like Jeselnik a lot, so I don't want to, like, Jeselnik's a very nice guy, dude.
I
Very
believe that.
nice, dude.
Most of the people whose stage personas are dicks actually end up being the nicest people, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's one of those where he comes up to you and says hi and
Yeah.
equalizes the playing field.
Really?
I really respect that about him.
Is he
and
tall? He looks tall on
He
stage.
seems tall, but he's maybe like, maybe 5'11".
Oh, because he's about our height. Okay.
Yeah, because I thought he'd be like 6'5". He just
Yeah, he
kinda-
looks that. He looks like he's long like that.
I think he tells the cameras to shoot upward,
Yeah.
like a Tom Cruise trick, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's something towering about his presence.
There
Even though
is.
It's actually not that towering.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, if you look at Schumer's act, once she went like full woke, right, like immediately after that
Yeah.
set, you know, and then she's complaining like, oh, you know, women don't get paid the same
That was
in their Netflix
ridiculous.
specials.
That was so ridiculous.
I wrote a joke about that. I was like, yeah, why should Amy Schumer be paid less to say the exact same jokes as male comedians?
No, it's fair. You know, a lot of people didn't like what's his name, Carlos Mencia. Got a lot of flack over
Stealing
joke
jokes.
stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's still
Joe
performs, I
Rogan.
think.
Wasn't it Joe Rogan that roasted him?
He may have.
I think it was
yeah.
Joe that got him.
Yeah,
Well, it was funny because when Amy came out and said that, and what's her Mindy,
Mindy Kaling.
yeah, said the same thing, and then they went back and looked at their IMDb, not their IMDb, their Rotten Tomato scores,
Yeah,
and their movies had higher Rotten Tomato scores than Will Ferrell's.
really. No, man. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
absolutely,
No.
absolutely.
because
Yeah,
Rotten
because-
Tomatoes is rigged.
No, because Amy Schumer is everybody's favorite. You just didn't know it.
That's that's probably that.
That's true.
Yeah, no, she's absolutely that. I can't wait to hear her talk more about periods to me. I don't know, when did she become the default spokesperson for menstruation? Is that did y'all vote on that, ladies? Was there a secret meeting somewhere and they ushered her in? Welcome, you are now the menstruation queen, Amy. Come on. You know, I don't know. I think she did. She didn't just take that mantle. She just ripped it and ran with it like a trophy, man. You know. Yeah.
You know who her uncle is? Chuck Schumer.
Chucky Schumer. Yeah.
Yeah. She started by
Is that for real?
Yeah.
that's
No, that's real. Yeah.
When she went to open mics in New York City, there's a lot of comics that were like, yeah, she used to show up in limos to do the open mic and then just leave.
Really.
Oh my
She was
God.
going to make it no matter what.
Yeah, she was destined to make it because there was enough behind her to make it. She didn't have to worry. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Well, she made it, I guess. You know, I mean, she's doing all right. I'm sure she's her bank account's probably better than mine.
Probably excellent. Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
I'd say so. Yeah, I still don't like her. Who's somebody who's a star that you just can't stand, Dick? Besides me.
Oh gosh, I'd say Jason Momoa.
Wow.
Oh, there's a deep-seated hate going on here. I don't know what
Hate,
awkward.
man.
You know, I'll tell that and Adam Driver.
You know what I'm talking about already. Yeah. Here, point on here where Jason hurt you. Was it back here?
It was in the heart. It was
Oh, in the heart. Okay, I got yeah.
Him and Adam Driver.
Oh, you don't like Adam Driver?
And I can't figure that guy out.
Is it his voice? Is it his face? What is it about Adam Driver?
He's just gangly.
He is kind of
Fucking gangly.
He is that. He is that.
I'm like, who's casting this guy? Who is his uncle?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is fucking Chuck Schumer behind him too? What?
It might be. I don't know. Possibly. What about you, Chad? Who can you not stand as a celebrity? Just every time you see their face, you're like, nope, don't want it.
I don't know. I don't put that much energy. I don't know. There's not nobody. I'm just.
No, I know that's not true because I've talked to him. That's not true
I
at all.
just can't think of nobody off the top of my head.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you a second to stew on it. What
All
about
right.
you? Who's the one that you just, man? I nothing. I want nothing to do with it.
For years it was Kanye West, but now he's become so entertaining. I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe I was wrong about that guy.
Yeah, no, he is wildly entertaining. I'll say that. I mean,
All right,
he's-
that helped
he
me
is
with
that.
mine. That helped me with mine.
Okay.
Did you see him ripping on Chappelle?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he ripped Chappelle.
Kanye did?
Yeah,
And everything he says is correct.
and it's hilarious.
Everything he says about Chappelle is correct.
It's hilarious.
Do you mean that accurately, or are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm accurate. for
Oh,
real.
really? What did he say?
Well, he's calling out Chappelle for taking Owen Benjamin's jokes.
Oh, really?
And he did. He absolutely did. And he's taken a lot of Owen Benjamin's jokes. And Chappelle also took a lot of my jokes.
Yours?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, here's the thing. I used to stay at his sister's house
Yeah.
when I was doing Ohio runs.
Did you really?
Yeah.
For real?
For real.
Okay.
And then a lot of stuff that I said to her on the phone and a lot of stuff that I did in front of his family ended up in his Netflix specials from 2018 to 2020.
Yeah.
So I have suspicion. I mean, obviously this is all alleged, but I'm like, how the hell did the exact things that I was doing show up in his act? And then Owen Benjamin then later showing just parallel. Like, it's crazy. Like, the bit is about the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, the Q's all in one car.
Yes. I know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I know that
Yeah,
Chappelle
yeah,
did
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Freaking Owen Benjamin did that. L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, the Q's in one car. I'm like, that's
Really?
not
Wow.
parallel. Like, that's a really hard.
That is a very specific, dialed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what's crazy, though. I do think he's still a genius. So that's how I'm like, man, that's weird.
It's hard to reconcile with somebody that you find a genius, but you feel like maybe they're shady.
Yeah.
Especially if it was your joke. That would be weird to me.
Yeah. I think like 4 or 5 of my bits have been showing up in his
I'll
stuff.
tell you, I had a guy, a comedian. He was a fake Scottish guy. He put on a Scottish accent. He wasn't Scottish. I think he was from San Francisco or somewhere.
Yeah.
But he did. I brought him here several times, and someone had told me that he was a joke stealer. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I hear that about people from time to time. But you know, if you're going to steal jokes, a good rule is keep up with who you stole them from. You know, because I had booked him, and I'm sitting there in the audience at a table with my friends, and he started doing my closing joke.
Oh, boy.
And my buddy about a minute in goes, man, I think he's doing your joke, man. He's doing your close. And I was like, he damn sure is, isn't he? And when I tell you, he changed maybe a couple of things about it. And it was not a small, it was a 5-minute joke. It's a very laid out joke. And the longer he went, I was sitting there going, holy shit, man, I can't believe it. Now, I never booked him again. But yeah, people will steal your jokes. Now, sometimes by osmosis it happens.
Yeah.
You know, you can internalize something, not realize it, and you know, and spit it back out later.
Yeah, and people can look at the same thing,
And get the same observation.
arrive at the same conclusion.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can make a joke about Diddy and lotion, right? I mean, it's not, that's low-lying fruit. Everybody probably has that joke.
Right.
Diddy with lotion on a goat with margarine, that's more specific, you know, like what you were talking about, where you got the L, the G, the B, the T, the Q in the car.
Yeah, that's like where that's a hard construct. But yeah, we have to be a little bit more relaxed on parallel thinking now because there's so many people making content now, memes, all that. You're going to run it. Matter of fact, the harder you work, the more you're going to run into parallel thinking, oddly. Like the harder you work, the more of a chance you're going to say something that someone else.
It is the longer you do stand up and you start writing jokes and you've been exposed to all these other ones and you're like, I want to do, but I already know he did something in that vein and I'm not going to go down that path.
Yeah, what do you guys think about watching other people's specials?
You know, when I first started in stand-up, I wanted to watch no comedy, and I probably didn't for 5 years.
Good call.
I had to get everything out of my head because I was scared to death of exactly what I said, that I would somehow osmosis something onto a page that wasn't me. And already, I mean, you're never you, so to speak. I mean, because we're an amalgamation of everything we've seen and heard, right? So you're always an algorithm anyway. But at least you're trying to be original.
Yeah.
You know, and so for me, I was scared to death of spitting out other people's material. So 5 years, I would not watch comedy, would not listen to comedy. I only perform comedy and wrote comedy.
Yeah. And that's the catch-22, because then you don't know what's being said. Because what if you're saying something that is out there, but you're not watching just to make sure you keep your subconscious clear? That was one of the terrifying things where it's like, I did a Stanhope bit verbatim, and I had no idea he was doing it well before me. Like, he did it 10 years before me. And I heard it on Sirius XM, and I was like, oh my God, I've been doing this for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And it was a bit on like little people versus the word midget.
Yeah.
I did like we just
You just came up with the same idea, basically, same
multiple
concept.
tags too.
Yeah,
Where I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God. And I stopped doing it, but it was because I didn't want to listen to stand up. I didn't listen to stand up because people said don't listen to it. You'll subconsciously. But how are you gonna know that stuff's out there too? You know?
Right. Nobody said that to me. I just, instinctually, that's what I thought I should do. You know, but yeah, I mean, I guess it is a double-edged sword. I don't know. I guess there have been a couple times I've written something and later heard somebody else and went, I'm not doing that joke anymore.
I think also if you're not inflowing a lot of stuff, it kind of forces you to outflow more. It's like you got to kind of come up with your own entertainment.
Yeah, you have to innovate.
Yeah.
To some
'Cause if you're just listening to stuff all the time, it's like, okay, I'm satisfied, right? I'm entertained and whatever. But if you're like, this is kind of funny. Let me just let me come up with something to entertain myself. Then you don't fill the well, right?
Yeah.
With other people's stuff.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, no, I agree with that. All right, listen, we need to do this very quickly. I've been neglectful this morning, so let me just tell you. Listen, if you've got maybe you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with inflammation, you're dealing with things like that, but maybe you don't want the euphoria or the side effects of marijuana, right? CBD is a great solution, but look, every gas station in the world's got some kind of CBD. You don't know what's in that shit. It's not consistent. It's problematic. And chances are you're not even absorbing as much of it as you could. If you go to bantx.com, bantx.com, it's Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, and they're a veteran-owned company. What they do is they tailor CBD recipes specifically for you to make sure that it fits exactly what you need. So after you get it, you can tell them what adjustments to make. They make those adjustments for you, and they'll do that until it's perfect, and then it just arrives every time you need it. The great thing, it's sublingual, so you're just taking a drop, putting it under your tongue, and it's 80% absorption on that. Versus if you eat it by a tablet or a gummy, it's 20%. So check that out. Go to bantx.com, put in PATP25, and that will get you 25% off of your first order there. All right. Are you a marijuana enthusiast, sir?
I certainly was.
You were?
I got no problem with it at all, but I just been sober 3 years.
Yeah. What, may I ask, if I may, what led to that?
A real BS DUI charge.
Yeah.
Like there's been times where I should have been in jail behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah.
I got pulled over on a really light drinking night.
Yeah.
And it allowed me to be like, oh man, I can quit. Because if I were to be pulled over hammered, I could just say, oh, I'll just drink less and I'll just do less.
Yeah.
Well, then I got pulled over on just like a really light night, and I was like, I shouldn't do this at all.
Yeah.
Because I'm around it all the time at the clubs, so I need to get used to not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sobriety.
So what caused you to get pulled over on a light night?
I was speeding, which kind of gives me the argument, like if I'm able to carve lanes with this precision like speed, I don't think I'm that inebriated,
Well, no, but there's a line somewhere, I guess, right? They got to make one.
They got to make one. I think it's a little low though, 0.08.
You think it's a little low? You think we could raise the bar maybe 0.15?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll lose a lot of money at 0.15.
Yeah, no, they'd lose too much money for sure. But
there's also something. Here's what's really crazy: a California law, it might be even other states. They have something called a wet and reckless. It's where you actually drink less than the
That was
amount.
my college nickname.
And they make you, if you even have a little bit of in your system and then you had some sort of impairment clue, like maybe you forgot to put on a blinker,
Yeah.
they can then say you're still under the influence. Oh. That's when I was like, dude, I can't even drink at all then, technically.
Yeah.
If I get pulled over. So it just made it easier to quit.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, anytime someone's trying to go
So,
sober. I try to-
so when you were smoking, was it something you did regularly or just socially sometimes? How often, were you a regular smoker?
yeah, definitely.
So how much of a change do you feel like it's been for you in that? Do you feel like it was a big change? Do you think it helped you? Do you think you miss it? I mean, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you this: being sober, if you have a problem with anything, just keep going, whatever you got, because there's something depressing about finding out your maximum potential, and that's
Wow.
it's easier to lie to yourself.
No, that's great. I can appreciate what you're saying there. Yeah, no, when you learn that limit, you think you're unlimited until you know that limit, right?
Yeah, so when I was smoking a lot, I'd be like, once I quit this, I'll be able to tackle the world. And then I realized, oh wait, now I know what my work ethic is. Like I'm maxed out at about.
Yeah, I thought it was just the weed that made my work ethic weak. It's actually me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. We were talking about people you can't stand. Brad said he couldn't stand Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I people are take it or leave it on her. I think she's polarizing, but I always did like her. But I get it. I can understand why you might not. Little doggy said Jack Black. I do.
Really?
I like Jack
I
Black.
like Jack
I
Black.
like Jack Black too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Kim K.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the one.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And the wife's
But
always
she's
like-
hot though. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to give.
Yeah, she is hot. If I had to pick one, it'd be Bad Barbie.
Oh,
Bad
yeah,
Baby, whatever. Danielle Bergoli.
That's not the Catch Me Outside
yeah,
girl?
the Catch Me
Okay, I
Outside
thought
girl.
that was
the
girl. Yeah,
She's the
yeah,
worst.
trash.
She's absolute trash. Shouldn't even be a celebrity.
She's got a
That's Dr. Phil's greatest
She's got
single
an
regret in his
OnlyFans.
life. I swear to God. He put a gun in his mouth as soon as she dropped an album.
Does she have OF fans? Like,
Yes,
I
and
thought
she was the number one earner.
God, that's insane.
Number one earner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on only.
Wow.
What?
5 mil in 1 month.
Yeah, and
Wow.
that bony ass is not worth 5.3
No.
million.
No.
That's a lot of
man.
disappointed subscribers right there.
God.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're not. If you like,
Trash talking.
girls that are built like a 2x4, that's great. Enjoy that.
outside.
Yeah, no, I swear to God, that's Dr. Phil's great. I know he's lamented that day for years.
Man.
Yeah, Oprah probably calls him and goes, hey, remember that girl?
Remember when I sent that girl over there?
She probably, it was a
Yeah.
plant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oprah
I
said it.
got you one. I got you one.
Okay, Dr. Phil, you want to talk shit? I got you. Yeah. So, what do you like to do hobby wise?
Hobby-wise, I started doing jujitsu a few years ago. That's
Really?
been amazing. I recommend that to anyone. I mean, I can barely walk, but it's pretty good, man. I think it's a good character builder because you can't have a fake solution to a real problem when someone's on top of you.
Yeah.
I've
And
noticed.
Taekwondo might be a fake solution to a real problem. Is that what you're saying?
You can kind of hope that this is the solution, then you find out.
But
that
you
it's
do
not.
find out in the real world it's not as applicable to do the stances and all that in that moment.
Yeah, and I think it's a character builder because I've noticed there's a political ideology associated with the MMA folks, and they're a little bit more based, a little bit more realistic.
They're definitely more based. That's for sure.
And I think it comes from
They're
not
also
being.
all insane, but yeah.
They are insane.
They're like
Some
they-
of them, yeah. See, this is
They
a hard.
eat gunpowder and lead chips as a snack,
Yeah. I know I'm not endorsing Bryce Mitchell, for example, but there's other MMA you can
Yeah,
kind of.
please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't. No.
So this is a bad timing to have this philosophy that I discovered years ago, but now I'm like, oh, maybe they're not that base, but but I think it'd be good for people to do because you can't just imagine a fake solution to, and I mean that in all aspects of life.
Sure, yeah.
You got people that are just like, oh, we'll just make everything free,
Yeah.
things like that. Those are fake solutions
They
that
are.
make your situation worse.
Those are feel-good solutions that aren't based in reality.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like my wife and I, we struggle with the immigration side of things. Not because I'm not pro-immigration. I'm fine with it. Matter of fact, my mother-in-law immigrated here, couldn't even speak the language, and became a citizen. But she's probably more mad than anybody I know because of what she went through to get here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in her mind, it should just be people can come and go as they please. And I get in theory that sounds great. It sounds wonderful until you start looking at the real economics and you go, we can't mathematically afford to do that.
And no other country has that.
Right.
Well, no, I mean, even the nice people in Canada, to try to go over there and listen, if you don't have something they want, you're going to move to Canada.
They won't even let Cody in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about a country who won't let that guy in? I mean,
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go 95 while intoxicated.
So,
Canadian beers like moonshine. Come on.
That's right.
Hey, have you ever watched Letterkenny?
Letterkenny. What's that?
Oh my God, No, oh my God, please go listen. You got a lot of time on your hands. I know you do. Go watch Letterkenny. It's a Canadian comedy series.
Yeah.
It's one of the best written programs you'll ever watch in your life. At least I'll go the first 4 seasons of it. The last 3 were, but man, it's like a nonstop roast.
Okay, was it what years did it take place? Because someone turned me on to a Canadian show that I haven't been able to find the name of again, and it's one of the funniest things. They're kind of based out in the middle of nowhere.
That's it.
Gas station. That's it?
Yeah.
All right, that was a great show.
Yeah,
And I've been
Letterkenny.
trying to find the name of it for 15 years.
Yeah, Letterkenny. Go
Letterkenny.
see. I think that may be what you're thinking. You don't like Letterkenny?
Yeah, it's funny as shit. You just better have a lot of stupid to get drained out of your brain.
Yeah, no, it's definitely funny, man. It's definitely. Hey, Dick, will you swap out and let Mark back up for a minute?
Absolutely.
Come back up here, Mark, so people can hear what you're saying about it. That's how we do it here. So what were you saying now about Letterkenny?
No matter what you're expecting when you get ready to watch this show, you're still going to be like, what did I just watch?
You will for at least 3 episodes minimum
At
before
least.
you catch the vernacular because
Yeah.
they do speak differently.
Yeah.
And they consistently throw stuff at you that you're like, what did I just see?
Yeah.
And you can just feel the intelligence, what little I have, just draining out of your brain.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. It's
Yeah.
it's such a stupid but over the top funny show. And when you talk about sitcoms or shows where back in the day where people were sillier, Adam Sandler like, I think this fits that category in a lot of ways. I do think his writing is super clever, though. I mean, like,
Right.
he has some writing gimmicks that as a writer you will appreciate.
Okay.
And you'll know when I say gimmick as soon as you see it, you'll be like, "That's what he meant. I get it." As a writer, I encourage you to watch it because it will. Believe it or not, it helped me as a writer because you have to think a different way because they speak a different way and they substitute these. They have different words for things, and it's fascinating.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. What is it they say? Reach down and tug a pair. Reach down and tug on them. Something like that when they're
Right.
trying to tell you to man up.
Yeah.
Reach down and tug them, would you? And you're like, what? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about here?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things like that are really good.
I'm so glad you told me the name of the show. 'Cause
Yeah.
I watched it in 2005 with a Canadian, and he's like, "You got to see Canadian television. It's very funny."
Yeah.
And I don't remember the name of the show for. Damn, that's 20 years ago.
That
That might be Trailer Park.
could be Trailer Park Boys. It could be Trailer Park Boys,
They
yeah.
said they copied it.
I don't think Letterkenny copied Trailer Park Boys. I
what
think,
says.
yeah, no, I know what he says. I think they're both similar in ways that they deal with kind of rednecks, but they're different. They're still different. Yeah, but I do love Trailer Park Boys. I think it's great, man. It's a great show too. Who was your actor growing up in when you were growing up? The big star for you?
Harrison Ford.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, Han Solo. I mean, it's hard
Star
to beat.
Wars,
Yeah.
all the stuff he was in was great.
Yeah. No, he was as big as it gets, and he was one of those accidental finds. He was a contractor.
Yeah.
Doing some fill-in work to help the guy out.
Yeah.
And then they cast him for it.
He was just a stage guy on Star Wars when
Yeah.
they found him.
Building the set. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. And then he became Indiana Jones. How long do you think before they'll recast that? He's going to die soon. I mean, he can't have much time left. Every time you see him, course, I said that about Clint Eastwood 10 years ago, and that dude is made of nothing but gristle and you know, that's it. I think just gristle actually, and he's still doing it.
I wish they'd let it die, but they won't. As long as it's making money, they're gonna continue to make
Yeah.
the movies.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
So I know that like myself, you grew up in the '80s. Some. What do you think that any remakes that they've done in the past 10 years of '80s action movies have been on par with the '80s version?
I can't think of one off the top of my head. When I think of remakes, what I'm still disappointed with is Jim Carrey said he would never do Dumb and Dumber again unless it was just as good.
He didn't.
No, that was
It was
terrible.
terrible.
Yeah,
No,
Dumb and Dumber 2 was just awful.
Well, so was Ace Ventura 2, to be honest with you.
I didn't even give that one a shot.
You didn't miss anything.
Oh, you didn't like Ace Ventura too?
No, I didn't.
I loved it.
Look, I might maybe if I go back now and watch it, it might be better to me because we've had so much shit since then. But no, I did not think it was on par. I was very disappointed in it. It'd be like having Titanic 2. I mean, come on, man, even more broken. But Total Recall, a terrible remake. I mean, it was quality. The acting's good, the set's great, the effects are great. The movie's boring as shit.
Colin Farrell, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even make it through all that.
Yeah, I look at any of those that were remade, and it's like they're just not fun. I mean, Arnold and those guys all brought a spirit of an energy to him that was, even though Arnold couldn't hardly speak, still everybody loved him. He's like Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know all the time what he says, but you like it. You know what I mean?
But that was a good find. Terminator 2, amazing.
Yes, yeah.
That was
absolutely.
one of the few follow-ups that actually panned out.
Well, that's a sequel, but it was still in the 80s, 90s era, so
Right.
that's the OG Arnold. You get into Terminator 5 or 6 or 12 or whatever it is, and it's like, yeah, this shit is stupid.
Right.
I don't know what this is. The timeline's all messed up. They're jumping all around. They're meeting Bill and Ted and shit. I don't know. Yeah.
Anchorman, one of the greatest movies of all time. Anchorman 2, just terrible.
It was okay at
You didn't like
best.
Anchorman too?
It was okay.
Oh my god!
I did like the fight scene in Anchorman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
That I
yeah,
did
was
like.
awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah. That part was. Is it the first one or second one where Brick throws the trident?
First one.
That's the first one. Yeah. You're like, where did you get that?
Somebody.
The cameos in that, like Vince Vaughn in that role. Yeah, I love that little little bitty role as Wes Mantooth when he's saying, "I'm going to take your mom out for a real nice steak dinner, and I'm never going to call her back." And he says, "Dorothy Mantooth is a saint." That shit is great, man. That's a great movie right there. That is definitely high on my list of things I like.
How about Semi-Pro? You guys are Will Ferrell fans.
I do remember watching it. It was okay, I guess. Like Blades of Glory. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll tell you what's not good with Will Ferrell. Anything in the past 5 years, maybe 7. Eurovision, trash. Didn't like it. What was in it? He's got one with Reese Witherspoon right now. I'm scared to death to even watch it because it's just like, But he broke up with his writing partner for a long time.
Oh, I see.
I think they're back now. I think he's got I think they may have mended fences, but he wrote with a guy. Step Brothers, Anchorman, all those movies, he had a writing partner, and then they got sideways, and most of his movies have kind of sucked since then. Although I did like the one with Kevin Hart, Get Hard.
Okay.
Yeah, have you seen that? Yeah.
I don't have a Pornhub subscription. I don't.
Why not? It's really good. It's where Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell have sex, and that's all it is. Yeah, that's the only thing it is. And he's like, "You get hard again, get hard again." No, it's where he's preparing Will Ferrell to go to prison.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get him, toughened up to go to prison. And it really is a very funny, well written movie. So have you ever seen The Other Guys?
The Other Guys
With
Yes.
Mark Wahlberg and who else is in that? Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yeah.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That's a good one right there.
Mark Wahlberg, great comedic actor, man.
He underrated as a comedic actor. He really does have good comedic
I love
timing.
Ted.
Yeah.
Do you like the Ted 2? Ted 1 and Ted 2.
Ted 1 for sure. Ted 2 I guess is fine. Is there another one? I don't know.
I don't think there's another one.
Yeah. Okay. No, I haven't seen that. I do. I love The English Patient too. That's a joke, man. Schindler's List, the musical?
No, I know.
No? No, never mind. I digress here. Listen, I really do. It's time to wrap up for the day, but I tell you what, I'll do a couple songs here in just a minute, but thank you to Dick Colligan for coming in, and don't forget that you can get his book due to be out here any second. A Dick and Two Balls. Yeah, be sure and get that. That's a real special book, man. I'm real proud of you for all of that. I know you've been working hard on it. Big thanks to Cody. He's going to be headlining at the Looney Bin tonight. Now, I would ask you, but I know you don't know. Wayne, what time are the shows?
7:30 and 10 o'clock.
7:30 and 10 tonight. What about tomorrow?
7 and 9:30.
7 and 9:30. All right. So get out there. Dick is going to be there, and this guy, and then Cody is going to be there headlining, and then your lovely bride is the feature act.
That's right.
What's her name?
Nancy Lee.
Nancy. That's awesome. Well, I'm sorry that we didn't get to meet her today. That would have been cool. But maybe next time you come through, we'll get a chance
that'd be fun, man.
to highlight her and see why she's funnier than you.
Exactly.
Because that's what's going to happen. That's just how it is. Big thanks to Mark Ray. Mark, again, would you mind telling them, the name of the company that you work for and how to get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. Local roofing and construction. We do pretty much anything renovation for your home, from the ground up to repairs to total remodels. There's pretty much nothing we can't do. You're going to get some of the best work you can definitely afford. We're definitely market competitive, and again, you're going to get top-notch quality. And the best way to reach me is mark@arlocalroofing.com. That's mark@arlocalroofing.com.
There you go.
Yeah, appreciate it, Patrick.
Of
For letting me
course.
come in.
Oh, man, glad to have you here. And big thanks to you, Chad, of course, as always, my
Thanks,
friend,
man.
on Friday. And a big thanks to Wayne. Wayne, hey, thanks for bringing everybody down, man. I appreciate that. You are the man, buddy. We do appreciate you. And mostly, we appreciate the audience a great deal, enough that I'll play at least another song here so y'all can listen to that for a couple minutes while I say goodbye to everybody. Hold on. Let's find one that we hadn't played yet. Hold on. There you go. Enjoy that one. Parental warning.
The big game is on tonight. I got it in some parlays. The 75-inch is shining bright. Got a blizzy in the ashtray. Getting snacks, about to finish. I hear him start the anthem. Gotta hurry, I can't miss this. But then here comes my tantrum. Who the fuck ate my Doritos? Just day before I got the big bag. Nothing here but Tostitos. We got ourselves a real scumbag. I don't know if it was my wife or my daughter or my son. How can this even be my life? What the hell have I done? Well, I don't give a damn who done it. They're gonna catch a fresh one. Somebody better haul ass and run it and go give me a new one. Who the fuck ate my Doritos? Just day before I got the big bag. Nothing here but Tostitos. We got ourselves a real scumbag. Not a damn person in the place. By God, it's only me. Just wanna put the smack on one face. But who knows, maybe three. I'll have to go toasted O's and ranch. Game's already started.
Hey, everybody, listen, bonus, we had a musical guest. I wasn't sure he was going to make it, and he did make it, and I'm super excited, so don't go anywhere. Let's do this very quickly. Have a seat, man. Have a seat. Hold on one second. Get him set up there, Chad. Make some magic here.
Just however you need it. Just make sure y'all up on it.
Right on.
What is going on? I got Billy Byrne sitting here, man, the legend.
What's going on, man?
What's going on with you, my man? Tell me about
You
it.
know, we just trying to make it out here, one day at a time.
I hear you. I hear you. So tell
Yes, sir.
everybody about who Billy Byrne is.
Well, man, I'm an artist from Conway, Arkansas, man. Central Arkansas. Bro.
Yeah.
501 7232 Gold Lake representative.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Lakeside.
Yes, sir. Worldwide ambassador, man. Yeah, I'm just out here trying to make waves, man.
How did you get into the rap game, Billy?
Dude, it was by chance, man. You know, we used to freestyle on the courtyard at school or whatnot, man. Well, I didn't, but I used to listen to dudes.
Yeah.
And one day, shout out to Pre-Pain, man. Pre-Pain and Leslie was out there, and Mike, rest in peace, Big Mike, man. They was out there rapping and stuff like that, and had everybody going crazy. And I was like, dude, you know what? I could do that.
It's kind of, I think that, interestingly, rap and stand-up are kind of similar, stand-up comedy and rap. Not in that rap's always funny, but you're kind of a one-man show.
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah.
And you have to use your language in special ways, that entertain people, right?
Yeah, you got to touch them in a certain way. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Well, point on the doll where they touch you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. So,
Right on.
So, what age did you start, rapping and getting into that? Would you say?
Man, I had about 13, 14.
Who were your inspirations?
My big brother. I mean, he wasn't really a rapper, but he played music. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I wasn't really just
So his tunes influenced you.
yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
What
like-
artist did you hear from him that you liked to, that you emulated?
Man, he had a favorite group that he still bumping to this day, man. It's just it's a group called Stetsasonic, man.
Called what
they
is
was
it?
Stetsasonic. They was an old school
Okay.
group, right?
Okay.
But they had this instrumental on there called Paul's Groove, and it was just just a beat. Mm-hmm. And shoot, man, one day I sat down and I wrote my first rhyme to it, and I used that beat to do everything.
Okay,
right?
okay. So that beat became your universal go-to beat to start making raps with.
Yep. So I spit a rap, man, and I went to school like the next day or something, man. After I wrote it and I spit it, everybody loved it, right?
Right.
So from then on, like every day for the rest of the year, school year.
You'd show up with a hot track.
Nope, I was singing the same rap.
Oh.
They wanted to hear the same thing every day. I mean, it was just that's just what it was. But
Right.
then I went ahead and I wrote a full song to that instrumental, man. And believe this or not, man, I wrote a full song. I did it at a talent show, and I lost the talent show because the judges, which was teachers, they said it ain't no way that you wrote a whole song. They said you didn't do this. There's no
But you
proof.
did.
This is mine.
That's
They
wild,
They
man.
couldn't believe
They
it.
they
dude.
just didn't believe that you could accomplish that.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's wild.
Yeah.
So, what about today's, how do you see the rap you hear today versus the rap that you heard when you were growing up?
Man, the whole dynamic done changed, man. I don't even know if it's just true rap music no more, bro.
It's a lot of fusion, isn't it?
Man, it's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, oh, okay. Talk to me about it.
Well, I look at it like this, man. Okay, so you went from it been different levels, man. Like through the history of rap music, man.
Yeah, of course. I was there when Sugar Hill Gang and all
guys,
those guys, popped up, the Fat Boys and
Fat Boys.
yeah, stick 'em.
Hey, man.
Stick 'em. I was jamming that
Classic,
back in the day.
bro. Classic.
Yeah,
Love
that
them
was
dudes.
my stuff, man.
Disco
Cool Mo
3.
D,
Yeah.
LL Cool J, Public Enemy. All those guys back then were guys that I was listening to.
Okay, well, see, now you look at them, man, and like let's take Fat Boys for example.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
what you were saying.
Yeah,
They were making songs, but it was more lighthearted.
it was silly. It was fun. It was comedic.
Yeah, it was fun, man. You know what I'm saying? You could
And then
dance to it or whatever
NWA
you
came
want.
out and said, "Let's talk about serious shit."
They came with that West Coast influence.
Yeah.
Because really, like, on the East Coast, you already had Cool G rap, Schoolie D and them doing that
Schoolie
gangster
D,
rap.
yeah.
They was doing that gangster rap, right?
Yeah.
But NWA now, they came and they added
That Dre
the more
sound.
real to it.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You know
definitely
what I'm saying?
more
Those
real.
dudes was spitting gangster stuff, man, but it was like, I don't know if you really doing that, man.
Right, but these guys were talking about really living the streets, slinging the rock, and all
And
the
they put
things
the
that
whole
happen.
the whole image to the vision. You could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was like, dang, okay, well,
And crazy enough, Eazy-E wasn't a rapper, didn't want to rap, and ended up being one of the most influential rappers of all time.
because he had the image to go with what they was actually saying. Because he was the one that was really in the
In the streets, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man. But yeah, so you look at that, and then at the same time, really, like when the game was converting over to that, you had people over on the East Coast that were popping like X Clan. You know, they was with the pro black movement and stuff like that. You had the Poor Righteous Teachers, but at the same time, you had like EPMD.
Yeah.
They was dope.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And they wasn't the most lyrical dudes, but they was dope. They had a whole feel.
It's like Soulja Boy. It's a vibe, right?
They had a vibe, man.
Yeah.
And but you transition, you go to the Ludacris's and the Eminems and the 50 Cents and the Method Mans and the Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, everything changed, but you look at stuff now, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It's not really that dope. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing that you can
It's a lot of
live your
production,
life
isn't
by.
it?
It's not. They not saying nothing that you're gonna be like, man, that's a jewel right there.
It's not clever. It's not making you think. When you say booty hole brown, blank pink. I mean, it's not.
It's straight to the point now. Now, come on now.
It is to the point.
That was some true stuff.
It's as true as it gets. But you need to bleach it. But it's as true as it gets.
Put some hot water and vinegar on that thing.
Yeah, but yeah, man. But so you think that rap has become, maybe what I'm hearing you say is it's the topics are less relevant and the performances are more pop. That's an Aztec death whistle. Don't be frightened.
Right on.
But it's become a little bit more pop in a lot of ways, hasn't it?
Yeah, kind of with certain artists, man. But the main thing that I look at is, okay, let's say for NWA again, for instance, or
Yeah.
E40 or somebody like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Now E40, that's one of my influences. I like him.
Okay.
Yeah. So, they was more street like talking about pushing. They were balling on a
Yeah.
certain level. You know,
Yeah.
okay, we pushing, we making money. That's the image they had out there. Which nowadays, they more like customers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They own every drug you could think of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
I feel you. They're not delivering it. They're buying it. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
They using it.
Yeah,
And you can see them
you can watch
using
them melt down. You know, you can watch
watching
them.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we've been watching a Kodak Black melt down again
Man.
recently.
Ah, bro.
You know, and I hate seeing that, but it's not shocking to me. You know,
Man, I seen that clip of him sitting in the middle of the street and
Eating
chicken.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, looking like a damn fool, man.
Like a crackhead.
Yeah, no, it's sad. You know,
I've been kind of wondering, like, is dude putting on a show? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, is he putting on a show? Because he might have got caught.
He seems special ed, doesn't he, when he talks? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I mean that's they accent though.
Yeah,
A lot
like
of
Florida.
a lot of them sound like that. But what I'm saying is he might have got caught slipping, whacked out one time, and everybody jumped on him. And he was like, okay, well, hell, all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm finna take this to the next level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I seen him where people like, oh, man, that dude whacked out. He was doing an electric slide or something, but he was
Yeah.
jamming. I'm like, dude, you can't keep your footwork like that and be whacked out like people think you is. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, no, I get
he
you.
was real smooth with it or whatever. But I think dude is just, he just biting down on what everybody think.
So what about the evolution of Kanye? Yeezy, yay, whatever he goes by today. How do you?
Yeezy, yay?
Did you like? First of all, do you like Kanye? Did you like him when he was early out? Do you still like him? What do you think about this journey?
Man, through the wire, man, that was awesome.
Man, yeah.
That was awesome, man. Dude, man, he great, man. Dude.
I think Kanye's a goat in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he's great, bro.
He's not the goat, but he's a goat. I think especially, you know, all his earliest. Well, I say early, about halfway through his career. I think somewhere. Actually, I'll pinpoint it when his mom died.
Yeah,
After his
yeah,
mom died,
yeah.
I think
Lost his shit.
he kind of lost his bearing a little bit, and he's been a little spottier on that. And I think
the quote unquote sacrifice.
yeah,
Right,
he's not
right,
as
right,
tethered because I think she kept him grounded a lot, you know. But I think as an artist, as crazy as he can be, he's brilliant. Brilliant producer for sure.
Dude is dope, man. I mean, it ain't no way around it.
Yeah.
The boy is dope.
Yeah.
And then he was making moves in other industries too.
Sure.
Like, he got a little bit too big for his britches and started saying some stuff that are ruffling feathers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't talk bad about the people who got the money, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't buy damn
Until you get enough money yourself.
right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I guess he got enough.
Yeah, then we can bump heads now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess apparently he arrived at enough. I remember when he started talking about going into fashion, and a lot of people made fun of him. They mocked him, and then look what he did. You know, he did that. You know,
He did, man. Shoes was way too expensive.
way too expensive.
All that
yeah.
old good stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know, start fooling with who was that? Versace or
Yeah, Louis V. and all that.
Yeah. And then just guess what? He said he made one statement. He made one statement, man. You could, if you repeated it, it wouldn't even last you 15 seconds to say it back.
Yeah,
And they took everything from him.
yeah. They tried. He's still rich.
I mean, he's still rich, but okay.
But you're right. They took the special.
They took his future earnings.
Yeah, they did.
Because I mean, like they were projecting him as a billionaire, which he wasn't really a billionaire. At that
No,
point in
but
time.
I think he's probably worth $400 million now, $400 million. I bet.
Yeah, of course, like
Yeah.
in actual.
In
his
real
bank.
money, yeah.
But what they was doing, they was counting his future earnings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, yeah.
We project you to be a billionaire in so many whoopty if
Yeah.
you keep doing this right here. And they stopped.
And
all
they
that.
stopped the train, right?
Yeah, they stopped.
All
all
right.
that.
So what about for example, Juice World? Juice World, I feel like kind of ushered in emo rap, sad rap, whatever you want to call it. What did you think of that turn in the industry?
The Juice World type rappers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, man, they were customers, bro, and that's where they were house stuff.
Yeah.
The house.
Have you ever seen his freestyle?
That dude good.
He was good. He was pretty good. Who do you think the best freestyle rapper that you've ever seen is?
Of all times.
Well, just in general, whoever you've
I mean,
seen.
because I go back, bro. I do
Yeah, well,
research,
tell me
man. I
who you
live
think,
this.
man.
KRS-One.
KRS-One's a damn good answer, man. That's it, man. He was good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a video floating around on YouTube, man. Y'all go check it out, dude. Where he freestyle live on like MTV or something like that.
Yeah.
Outside at a park on MTV, man.
And just rolled.
Hey, dude, hard, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, hard. I mean, he don't say the stuff that everybody want to hear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He go all over a lot of people's head.
Yeah.
But dude, hard.
Okay. All right.
Hard, man.
So who's a rapper everybody likes you don't?
Who a rapper that everybody like that I don't?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's hard. Like, even though I don't really just groove with a lot of the stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I don't like them.
Okay.
I can find something in them that I'm like, oh,
All right,
okay.
that's fair.
I get where you're doing
Okay.
as an artist. I catch that. You know what I'm saying? But
All right. How about this question then? Team Drake or Team Kendrick?
Yeah.
man, I tell you what.
I'm putting you in all the hard spots on that, man.
I tell you what, man, I can't really, I don't know, man. Because Kendrick dope, Drake dope. I mean,
Well, they're so different, I mean,
They
Kendrick,
don't-
Kendrick came from Compton like Eazy-E and NWA and those guys, and so he feels like, hey, I lived a life in the actual hood growing up. This is what I did. You came from Canada and Degrassi, but
right, yeah, he
but
was acting and stuff.
the fact of the matter is, I don't think Drake ever pretended to be a gangsta. He's got some hard songs, but
He was rolling with the crew.
Yeah.
He rolling with some dogs, man.
yeah.
Yeah, he would, but
But
okay.
I mean, but he writes bangers. I mean, he does. What you like him,
what
you don't.
what they say is somebody else been writing those.
I've heard that. But does it matter? I mean, it does, but does it in the big picture?
Well, being a rapper, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The foundation of being a good rapper is
Being a
that you
good
actually
writer.
writing your own thing.
I do agree with the.
But being an artist in the industry,
is different.
man, it's different. You
Yeah.
know, people pick songs for
Because,
you. They be
look,
like, hey, man, I got this song from this dude over here.
I'm going to be honest with you. I love Cardi B. I do. I bet she never wrote a song in her life.
I don't know.
I would bet she hadn't wrote any songs. I bet that they're all done for her.
I don't know, man.
I think so,
Like, I
man.
think Cardi was rapping before all the,
No,
the
I was
love
watching
and hip hop.
Cardi. I was watching Cardi before she was on Love and I was watching her on TikTok. You know, when she had the different nose and her teeth were messed up.
Yeah.
You know that Cardi, right?
Yeah, I know that
the Cardi
Cardi.
in the bathtub going, "Who talking about me?" You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. I know what I'm talking about.
Pre
now.
Bodak Yellow.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she alright though, man. She alright. Man, as far as female rappers go, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Ain't none of them Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim was a goat.
Man, Lil' Kim was.
She
dope.
did it, man.
Yeah.
She did it. You know, she's back there in the era with Trina and Missy and all those folks.
Man, she was spitting. She
Yeah.
was rapping.
No, she really was, man. You know, I tell you what, a lot of in that era, some of the female rappers were as hard as it comes, man. They were
Yeah.
they were great, man. They
Yeah.
were backbreakers for sure.
And they was writing their own music too.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like Kim. I'm gonna say this. Kim, she's the foundation of what everybody like the Nicki Minaj. and
Yeah,
all of
yeah,
them,
what they
right?
all built off of her. Yeah,
Yeah, and then but the downside of that is she was also the first one to get to try and change herself too.
yeah.
Right.
And yeah, she went too far.
No, her face. She looked like a gremlin now.
Man, she ain't her no more.
No, she and I thought she was a pretty lady.
Or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no,
what the hell
she
is
She's Chinese now, man.
yeah. And how did that work out?
I don't know how that happened, man.
Yeah,
They
that's
pulled them
bad,
things
man.
too tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just stretch it a little too tight. That's what happens.
Yeah, she went from decent, and then her first little surgery, I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she just like, dude,
See, you always
it's like
know.
a fucking bag of dirty socks. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is
You're
this?
right, but you're right, man, because you look, you know, sometimes you know, okay, you're like, if I could call you right now, I'd say, stop where you're at, don't do anything more, because it's always that one next one. You're like, it's done now, it's over.
Like they didn't learn from Mike. You know,
Yeah,
stop.
right. I mean, right.
Stop, yo.
Dude's nose was disappearing. You know,
Stop.
You watched his nose over time
Falling
disappear.
Yeah,
You know,
stop. You went from off the wall, and then one day I was looking at Mike, and then I was watching. Y'all forgive me, bro. I was watching Planet of the Apes, and I was like, damn, Mike looked like the woman.
he does.
I was like,
You're
what is
right,
this,
you're right.
man?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
That is
I know
horrible.
exactly what you
You're
mean.
right.
But you're right, man.
Hey, y'all forgive me, Black World, man. I love Mike. Mike the greatest. I don't give a damn. But dude started looking like that monkey
Yeah.
off Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
I was like, that ain't cool, bro.
Yeah,
That ain't cool.
Let me ask this. So when Arkell went to prison, when everybody found out what was going on with R. Kelly, a lot of people said, "Well, I'll never listen to his music again." I was like, "Well, you can screw yourself,
Right.
Because I'm not going to not bump Ignition."
Yeah, the king, man. Come on now.
Are you still down to hear R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, playing regularly.
yeah.
That dude is, man, that's a monster on the mic, man.
Dude can't. He could barely read. To be honest, I
No,
swear to God,
no, they
this is
said
true.
he can't read
He
or
can
write.
barely read or write, and yet could write music and lyrics
Man.
both incredibly well.
What they said he was doing, he go in there, he freestyle it, and
Mm-hmm.
then somebody write it down.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That way you get your
probably
publishing
so.
already,
Yeah, so you can get
paperwork.
a composition of it. Yeah,
Yeah, but
man,
dude, man,
yeah, he's amazing.
man, hey, look, man, R. Kelly is on a tier of his own.
He really is.
Who
man.
got hits like that?
Man, the
Who got
voice is
hits
amazing.
like
Like,
that, man?
I'll tell you what, if you can hate on him, but go get this. And I know it's going to sound stupid. Go get an album from R. Kelly called Love Letter. If
Yeah.
you don't listen to that and go, man, this is one of the most talented people who ever walked the face of the earth musically,
Yeah.
then you don't know music. You know what I mean? It's that good. One of my favorite rap artists, the Migos. I love those guys. Now, I know they are more the modern era. They're not really talking about anything most of the time, but damn if they're not fun. Now, Takeoff's gone, but, you know,
Yeah, rest in peace, take
yeah,
off, man.
he was good.
Rocky Man.
Yeah. Do you like the Migos?
Yeah, they was decent. He
Yeah.
was the hardest one.
He was the hardest rapper of them, for sure.
he was the hardest one, man.
It ain't Quavo. I'll tell you that.
Nah, Quavo had just had the image.
Yeah. No, I liked Offset and Takeoff much better than Quavo, honestly.
Yeah, I ain't really rock with Offset too hard.
No, you didn't like him that much.
It's too.
Is it because he was dating Cardi and you were mad?
No.
No.
I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? Cause shoot, boy, No. You
You
know
said
what I'm saying? No. Each his own, man. What you know?
that's
Shoot.
great.
Hey, look, I'm from Gold Lake, bro. You know, what he doing ain't nothing.
Yeah, right,
Yeah. When a player walk in the building, choose up.
Yeah,
I don't care how much money you got. I make it look like $5 million.
Yeah, I feel you on
Yeah.
that. I feel you.
Yeah.
So, who is a modern rapper that you really like?
A modern rapper that I really like.
About that one.
Yeah, I gotta think about that, man, because they kind of all the same.
What about J. Cole?
J. Cole. That's what I was about to say, man. J. Cole, man.
He's real.
Yeah,
and
he-
he got something to say.
Joyner Lucas.
Yeah, Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas,
Yeah,
another good
Dude,
one. Yeah.
dude, rough, man.
Yeah.
Dude, rough. Of course, I do like Kendrick.
Yeah, well, I mean, who doesn't like Kendrick? I
I
mean,
do like
honestly,
Kendrick.
you have to like Kendrick.
Yeah,
he
I
puts
do
out
like
bangers.
Kendrick, man. I like Kendrick even before. You know what I'm saying?
All this other stuff.
Yeah. Say Drake. Nah.
Say Drake.
Hey, way before that.
I don't even understand that. I've been trying to decide if I think this is manufactured by them or if they're legitimately. I mean, you say, oh no, but I think Jay-Z and Beyonce and the elevator thing staged.
that could
I think
be.
that's all fake. I think that was staged. I think it was planned.
What with Solenoid? Now, what was her name? Her sister?
It's a Solange.
Yeah, Solange.
yeah,
Yeah,
when-
Solenoid.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a punk.
Solenoid,
Anyway,
whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so
See, I don't know if Drake and Kendrick are really even mad at each other or if they're just bumping each other's sales up. Do you think they're really mad?
I think they wasn't really mad at first.
But you think they got mad?
Yeah, I think somebody got mad. You know what I'm
One
saying?
of the riders.
Yeah, one of them got mad, and dude was like,
Certified Beto. What?
yeah,
that's
he like,
I
hold
was
up,
like,
man.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Cease and dismiss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't you dare! Hey, hold up, bro. This is rap beef. This is a
Right.
competition.
Yeah.
You know, ain't nobody gotta die.
No lawyers involved in this stuff.
Yeah, we
man.
just rapping, bro. I mean, what we got to do? Get a camera and meet in somebody's basement and go
Well,
back
yeah,
and forth,
then-
verse to verse, like DMX and Jay-Z did. Let's just
Yeah.
go verse in somebody's basement,
Yeah.
bro. Let's
Yeah.
see who can really rap.
Like the Chris Brown Drake dance off.
No.
You
No.
remember that video? I'm just bullshitting.
Yeah. They had
Yeah.
their little beat, but then they did a song
Yeah, they
together
did a
that was
song together.
good.
Yeah, that's a damn good song, actually. That's another one. I'm glad to see him get an award finally again at the Grammys. You know, I love Chris Brown. I like Sea Breezy.
Yeah, I mean,
I was surprised when they came out with that diss track on Quavo. I was like, man, he's a good rapper,
That was
actually.
a hard.
you didn't know
man.
Chris Breezy,
Man, he
I
went
didn't know
off,
he could go
man.
that hard. I didn't know he could go that
rap.
hard in the
Chris
paint,
can
man.
rap,
but he ain't the best R&B rapper. My bad. He ain't the best R&B rapper though.
Who is?
Trigger Trey Songz.
Songz?
Man.
I'd have to, I know Trey well. I just didn't know he rapped.
Man, go listen. That dude can rap.
Yeah.
Dude can rap. Trigger Trey.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
dude can
Yeah. No, I love Sea Breezy. He's one of my favorites. Matter of fact, I always ask, please anybody tell me someone who's a better dancer ever, and don't say Michael Jackson. He was before him, and he was amazing, but Chris is a better dancer.
Chris is our generation to Michael.
No, he is a better dancer. He's more fluid than anyone I've ever seen in my life.
But he just do different dances.
No, he's more
okay.
fluid in it. Like if you watch Usher, like I love Usher, right?
Usher's on.
I know I love Usher, but I can watch the count as he does the moves. You know, you can see it's a.
Usher not a dancer, man.
But with
not natural.
with Sea Breezy, man, he looked like a rubber band up there.
he a natural dancer. I mean, he
Flows.
natural.
It just flows
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, man, I seen some video footage of Michael Jackson that blew my mind. I don't care what Chris Breezy do. I done seen some stuff from Mike.
I want to
I'm
see
like,
that
what
because
in
I love
the
Mike
whole
too.
world, man.
But he was an innovator. He was a badass. We didn't even care. We knew what he was doing. Nobody
I don't
cared.
think we would have Chris without Mike, though.
Well, no, you wouldn't. I mean, that's you wouldn't have any female without Kim. You know, I mean, yeah. But to your point, yes, Mike. He set the tone for that.
Yeah.
well, you wouldn't have a female that was out shaking her booty and sexualizing
you-
rap.
Sure, of course.
Yeah,
you'd
because
have
you
that.
already had Queen Latifah,
Yeah.
and she wasn't about that.
No,
You had
no.
Boss, she wasn't about that.
No.
Well,
You know what I'm
Queen
saying?
Latifah was out there, her and Missy both perpetrating a little bit, because nobody knew they didn't like dudes, but they were.
Who with Missy? Who?
Missy Elliott.
Don't like dudes?
Yeah, she.
Man, come on, man.
She,
Come on, man.
man, get out of here.
No, man. Come on.
Man, I do now. I don't. But I'm not gonna believe it till I go see it myself.
Well-
But I trust what y'all saying.
Yeah, no, it's
But I could
it's
look
fact.
at it and say, okay, I could kind of see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
you
brat.
DeBrat.
Well, I knew about
Yeah,
that.
no, DeBrat was more man than I am.
Yeah.
That's disappointing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That was disappointing. wasn't it?
she had potential.
She did. So, all right. So let's go, Billy. Let's move to what you. So tell me about what you're going to do today. Or are you doing a performance today? Or are we doing that next time?
I mean, we can. I'm always ready.
Well, it's up to you. I know that you didn't give me the track yet, so I wasn't sure. So why don't we do that the next time you come in? Let's
can.
set you to come back.
We
So
can.
we can set you up and do a proper performance.
I would like that.
I think that I want to do you a solid. I don't want to throw you into without all the things you
Yeah,
need
it's
to
all
make it work.
good. You know,
I
I'm
know you
always
can.
ready,
I
bro.
know. Look, I get it like 8 Mile. You ready? I know.
stay ready.
I know you do. But
8 Mile time too.
yeah, but I'm enjoy just the conversation has been great. It's
Yeah.
great to have you in here, and I definitely want to have you back. Maybe we can bring you back here in a couple weeks and
sound good.
and get that lined up where you can do a straight performance for us.
That sounds good.
Hell yeah, let's do that,
sound
man.
Good. I'm always
Man,
ready
this
to
is
rock.
great. I really have enjoyed it, and I didn't tell you this much, but I've been sending him some of the AI songs, a couple of them that I've done.
Bango.
And, yeah,
Bango, no
cut.
cutting this thing, bro.
But I just finally revealed I've been playing songs all week.
Swinging them things.
Yeah, I've been playing these songs all week on the radio on my show. Nobody knew it was me doing it.
Oh,
That
for
I
real?
was writing them all. Yeah. And so I've been and because I didn't want to pay for royalties and all that, I just started making my own shit. You know, and perpetrating on everybody. So yeah, that was some of the stuff I was sending.
Hey, I'm
you.
gonna tell you something. What's good about the internet these days is, man, you could do that. You know what I'm saying? You could sit at home and you could stack money as long as you pushing yourself the right way on the internet.
If you out there the right way, you're right about that. I mean, it only takes one.
Yeah, and it don't even have to be a sensation hit to where you performing at the Super Bowl. Which that could be your dream. You want to go out there, hey, bango, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
You want to do that, but at the same time, man, for people, y'all need to know if you got talent and you got access to record yourself, or you got, you know what I'm saying, either any kind of tools, any kind of avenue, whatever it is, could be the AI, whatever you want to do. You put yourself on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be at every show that everybody throwing. You ain't got to perform every day where you want to go perform. You don't have to do a whole lot of things nowadays.
Right.
Man, you could just put your stuff on every outlet that's out there, and pretty soon you're going to look at your little PayPal or whatever, and you're going to be like, oh, man, $300. Oh, shit, man, $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody listening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and,
no,
and
that's
that's just
true.
the way it is. And then, like, with the AI, you could mess around and just put, like, a AI video out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can. You sure can. You can go to AI. It'll make it. You can give it your image. It'll make a video with you in it if you want.
Man, this world crazy.
It is. It's wild, isn't it,
God,
man?
you know what?
What?
It's a simulation.
It might be.
They say, hey, look, man, did we discover AI?
Or AI discovered
Or did
us.
AI discover us?
Did AI discover, or did, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, did we just tap into something that was already there?
That's on point.
You see what I'm saying?
No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. I've got an interview that will air Monday. Interviewed a best-selling author. He wrote a book about a couple books, actually, bestsellers, about life after death. But his first book, what we were talking about, is that your consciousness is not connected to your brain. They are different. And so he was talking about, and what happens scientifically and why he believes what he believes and what he thinks happens. And it was really interesting because we ended up getting to the point of, I'm saying, so like, it's kind of like a simulation. He said,
Right.
really? Yeah. That's probably the best way to describe it.
Wild, man.
And I was just like, well, I'm having fun in it. That works for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I'm going to live mine, whatever it is.
it's deep, bro.
It is deep, isn't it?
I like to read. I like to do research on things of that nature, man. I'm up on it. You know
Yeah,
what
it's always fun to learn something and and talk about it.
Yeah,
Well, so Billy, tell people this is Billy Byrne one. How do they look? They don't want to wait till you get back. They're going to want to check you out before. How do they check out Billy Byrne one today?
Okay, man, I'm on Instagram, Billy Beat the World, BB1, TikTok, Billy Beat the World, Facebook, Billy Jean, BB1. Just go BB1, Billy Beat the World. Wherever you find me, man, I'm on there.
You out there. You out there.
Man. There it is. Google me.
Google me, bitches. Yeah, that's it. Well, man, fascinating to talk to you. I can't wait actually to have you back in here and talk more about your upbringing and about your music and performing all that. All right.
Okay. Now, before I go,
Yes, sir.
I got a single out right now. I
Oh, do
just
you?
dropped a single, Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
It's out everywhere, man. Spotify, Pandora, Amazon.
Okay,
Apple.
so we can share it on our site for you. Is that right?
Man, you can pull it up and play it.
Yeah.
Wherever you at.
We will get it out on our site, get it pushed out there for you, and get that single out a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely love to, man. So it's called Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
All right, by Billy Byrne One, and you can
Billy
find
Byrne
it
One.
on Spotify. You can find it on Hour, and I'm sure all the services out
Yeah,
there.
all
right?
all the social media, you know what I'm saying, your stories or whatever, man, I'm on there. Just look at me, man. Put a picture up and put my song.
Look, you know, I don't
How about it?
bring people here that aren't already established or well on their way to being that way, and that's where Billy Byrne One is. He's the one that's about to blow up. You hear on the cusp of it, just like Luke Shoemaker. You hear at the right time to see Billy come up. So, yeah, I'm super excited about Sub-Zero.
Man.
I'll get that on our site for you too, man.
I appreciate that.
Hell
bro.
yeah, man. Hell yeah. I appreciate you coming in today. Thank
I appreciate y'all having me here, man.
Hell yeah. Well, we will see you next time, and we'll see all of you guys next time as well. We are out of here.
Peace.